Okay, all of you are in Dimitri's home. All of you, moving on from the side role play, all of you are together. Dimitri dropped some bombs that he killed his sire and stuff like that. Marcelin, I sent you a message. Um, Larissa, I sent you a message. I think Sarin, I sent you a message. Uh, I believe Akasha, I sent a message. Yeah. So
Kind of
that is
messages.
basically what's happening right now. All of you are at the table. All of you can talk to each other or talk to Dimitri if you all want. If not,
Honestly, I'm just glad I didn't have to make a second deception check.
Also, Serenscape reminder for everybody.
I've got it. I don't hear anything yet.
Mine's on
no,
a
that's
delay.
because I haven't. That's because I haven't played anything. I'm gonna play it.
Oh, that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, how have you been dealing with this? You've been quiet lately.
It's just crazy shit, people. I'm gone for.
I agree. I told Stolas about the situation yesterday. He did not take it well. He did not.
Thing is, Saren didn't react a lot because most of the time it's like just on. Like King said, oh yeah, with the role you had, you always saw the official record marking him as not deceased. It's like Saren just kept to himself. It's none of my business. And
You never accepted my sparring. I made a request to spar with you after breakfast, Saren, just to test out the sword.
Yeah, I don't think testing that sword is such a good idea. I mean, the sword's divine, and it's been well established that I'm not exactly of the same essence. It might be more harmful than you might think.
That might be the case. Well, in that case, I suppose I can focus my efforts to Marceline's endurance training. She's going to stand up. Shall we?
Alright. I don't know exactly what kind of endurance Horace is wanting, so any type should be fine.
There's a really fun one in here. I'm assuming Dimitri probably has like a sparring field or like a dojo or something.
There are training grounds that was established in prior session, yes.
Okay,
yes, he does.
So Acacius is, assuming Marceline is coming with him, is going to take her to the training grounds.
Right.
Dimitri would offer his basement, which has a special, like a special training ground where you can beat the shit out of each other and even stab each other to death, and you'll not die. You'll always come back fully healed.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's where he trained Blue, and then remember?
Vampire magic bullshit.
Yeah. All right.
Before the
next question for you, King. What is the circumference of Dimitri's manor?
No, do not cast fireball.
Bro,
no,
come on.
No.
Why?
Like,
why do you make me
like, how big is it? Well, because I'm doing Marceline's endurance training.
Ah, you're making her run.
Oh, you're making her run.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna Google Will Smith's manner. We'll walk
Okay,
from there.
while he's getting us that, Acacius is gonna start leading Marceline in some like basic kind of stretches, right? Stretching your legs, your waist,
Okay,
that sort of stuff.
25,000 square foot,
Damn.
That's
150 acres.
Damn.
what's the circumference of 150 acres?
Time to do some
What the fuck was
math.
that? Something just fell down. I don't know what it was.
A shit ton of football fields is the answer.
We need the exact amount of football field.
I'm not American. I'm not American. I don't count in football field measurements. Sorry.
Neither do I.
I am American, and I can tell you it's a shit ton of football field.
Yeah. What do you mean you don't count in football measurements?
We have
What is it then, please?
we have a base system that is way better. 10 equal 1, 100 equal 1, so on and so forth. 110, 100. There.
Everything's divisible by 10.
Yep. And then if you have to go lower than 1, guess what? It's also able to be divided
Just
by
move
10
the
on that
decimal
one.
point.
No, that can't be right.
What do you mean?
The circumference is only 560 feet.
Yeah, because
No,
you asked circumference is just wait, no, that would be
Yeah, but that would be
perimeter.
like that'd be like if it was a circle, right? I'm mixing it up.
if I'm correct,
Oh,
circumference.
parameter. What is the parameter?
Perimeter is 600 feet. Yeah, it's not much different. About 20,000 is about 600 feet. So
Yeah, because square feet
Alright.
is the volume. So
that's still
It's
kind
10,000
of
feet
small.
for parameter. It's 10,000 feet. I asked ChatGPT to calculate for me. It's 10,221 feet.
okay, that should give.
See, it's telling me a different number.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, it's big.
Telling me for a square it's 632.
Hang on.
Let's just leave it at.
Can we say about a mile in circumference or a mile in perimeter? Is that acceptable to you?
For the size of a mansion, that sounds reasonable to me.
Let's see. Let's see.
25,000 square foot?
It is 3,000. It's 3
Oh, no.
km, and it is 1.9.
Oh, 3 kilometers.
miles.
Yeah, okay. It's like okay.
It's about 2 miles. It's about 1.9 miles.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's acceptable. Alrighty. Hey, I took AP Calc in high school, and then I refused to take math since then. So.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So yeah, we're gonna get stretching. And then Acacius is going to ritual cast Longstrider on himself, and this is a ritual, right? I believe I can ritual cast this, isn't it?
What spell?
Longstrider.
I don't recall it being a ritual, but I never used it personally, so I might be
I
wrong.
thought it was.
If it is,
I
there
mean, is
should
it
be a
too
little
much
book.
to say I could prepare 2 things of Longstrider? Is that like I
Usually,
guess before we walked out?
if it's ritual, usually there's a little book with R on there.
Yeah.
Longstrider is transmutation, visual, somatic, verbal. It
Wait, do I
is
not-
ritual.
I only have my Longstrider from my. Huh. Okay, I only actually have it from my Rune Shaper. Okay, then he's giving Marceline the this little rune that he's got. And he's gonna tell her to crush it in her hands, and then start running.
Right. Marceline is going to crush it and then is going to start start running. Like she's gonna start bolting.
And we're gonna run around the manor.
Nice.
Now here's the question:
You
Can
Mhm.
Marceline make it around the manor before passing out?
we are gonna ask her to do an athletics.
Let's go, Marceline.
I
Fitness
would-
check.
I would-
It's just a point of fitness.
Actually, King, I think I would argue Constitution on that one for endurance.
Yeah,
Oof.
Well, it is running, so I think it is athletics, honestly.
Yeah, fair.
It would start
And
out
I
as
will-
athletics, and then if she kept pushing, we would go to con.
I didn't get very good
Um,
either, so Cassius is a little winded.
I
Slow
mean,
day.
on the bright side, at least,
I'm in
Acacius
my full armor.
Acacius can take it as Marcin didn't see him like panting and I gotta work on
Hey,
my
I'm
running a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm sprinting in full armor and hauberk, so
Mm-hmm.
And Marcelin's just gonna assume that's the issue.
Mm-hmm. All of you are able to, once in a while when you peek out the window, you'll see a very, very sweaty snaker girl panting. And then beside her, a very sweaty, panting in armor.
Well,
you probably can't
technically,
tell I'm sweating.
yeah, I was about to say, if he's wearing full armor head to toe, we can't see shit.
I mean, the armor is leaking.
Yeah, they look tired. They look tired.
Armor.
Mm-hmm. Um,
After we
about
make our first,
about all of you are kind of doing your thing for the most part. All of you are residing in Carve Manor for the time being, when pretty much all of you get a letter. In the letter, it is a wedding invitation. It is a wedding between Logan and Liliana. Dimitri gets his letter. Larissa gets her letter. It is addressed to her as Archdruid of the Meadows. Marceline gets her letter because she is the daughter of Lord Yormoganda. Give me a
Wait,
second.
who are Logan and Liliana again? Hold on, roll a history check.
and Regalia, I think.
Oh, you guys would know. They're very famous right now. But right now, Logan, Liliana, Grevari, Iris, Talrock, and Herzlia are very, very famous.
I would argue that Grivari
Because
was
they-
pretty well known even before that, but
Yeah. Grevari was pretty well known, like even before. But now all 6 of you are really well known, because of the feat that you all accomplished, getting back Cinder Sword, defeating Athena. Oh yeah. In the letter, the contents of the letter, it stipulates that a wedding is taking place 1 week from now. All of you get this letter. All of you are able to hang out in the dark domain throughout the week. As you all are in. Yes,
Gives
go ahead.
Saren, Alara, and Cassius their letters.
Oh, we'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Oh, okay.
We'll come to that. Because Sarin,
yeah, patience, young
Ilara,
Padawan.
and Sarin, Akasha, Ilara, and Cassius don't have a direct connection to Logan Liliana. That's why they're not getting their letters. But something else will happen. The week pretty much goes by. Dimitri spends a lot of time with Larissa. Like he's not sharing. Like the fact that Larissa is able to stay with him in the manor, Dimitri for the most part has pretty much kept his schedule as free as possible to spend all the time in the world with his adorable beloved druid. Marceline, Acacius, you both are able to train each other. Acacius and the rest of the party, Akasha, all of you are free to travel the dark domain as you all wish. It is around the last few days, around 3 days before the wedding, where Kale shows up. Ilara's brother shows up. Um,
Also, just one
he
thing.
got a
Just
he got a oh sorry.
yeah, just one thing before we get too further. Just because Siren kind of died during that expedition and kind of want to make himself forgiven by his at this point back fiance, he would stay close to Ahara as much as possible and just essentially do her bidding for until that point.
And Acacius did want Liliana to introduce him to that blacksmith at some point. But if Dimitri's not sharing, I'm guessing that's not happening.
Yeah.
Akasha's gonna
and
see all this couple stuff
I'm-
and make herself scarce.
Alistair might help you. She would have probably let him know.
That is a
Um,
bold assumption.
in the meantime, during the in between, like when she's not training or doing other important things, she is going to work on the tapestry. How much would the supplies cost?
For which one? Remind me. Tapestry?
The tapestry.
About about 2 gold. Not expensive.
All right, and she's gonna work on that.
Okay. Excellent. About 3 days in, before the wedding, Kale shows up at the manor and he's like, Ilara, I have a wedding invitation.
Well, to whose
I was
wedding?
allowed a +1. I was going to bring my fiance, but she cannot come. And I was like, do you want to come? It is the wedding of what people are calling the secondary six. Logan and Liliana's wedding.
Very well. And
I figured you might say that. I got permission from Logan. And he hands a letter to Sarin. After that display in His Majesty's home, I've here. Sarin, do you take the letter?
I think some of it cut out for me after that display in His Majesty's own,
Oh,
and
he
then I
he
didn't
he
anything.
he basically said so after he talked with his sister, he
Mhm.
turned to you and he's handing you a letter, and then he said, after that display in the Vampire King's home, I figured I should also get you an invitation. You are family after all.
Siren would kind of grin a little bit, looking at Ilara, just shutting up, not saying a word of what happened in the Feywild. You know?
I think he was talking about the
Yeah.
proposal.
Yeah, I know, but he's not aware of the death that happened and the actual quick wedding, so that's what I mean. That's not getting mentioned right now. So
In case you sneeze while him and Marceline are doing planks.
yeah, it's and Saren would reluctantly kind of take the letter and just say, you know, from what my beloved told me on our travels, I figured you'd have more of an issue with it, but thank you.
It is not me you're going to have to convince. It's mom and dad that you're going to have to convince. And then he taps you on the shoulder twice. Well, good luck. Um,
Luck's for
he,
the
of
one.
course,
Luck is for the ones that have no skill.
Yes.
he looks at Ilara. Mm, mm. Definitely the face of no judgment at all.
He's not an idiot. Leave him be.
Yeah, Saren might be an idiot, but
He
he's Elara's idiot.
Kale
Yeah,
gives a, of course, Kale being present in Lord Dimitri's manor, there is a polite exchange of pleasantries between Dimitri and Kale. Kale is hosted very well by Dimitri before he takes his leave and teleports away from the manor.
Your brother can teleport?
yeah. He like rub that in everybody's face.
From what I know, most paladin can at some point.
Mm-hmm.
The means by which they're different from one another, but
Mm-hmm.
tree stride, magic circle, plane shift, magical door.
No,
Take
he
your
doesn't
pick.
do pure sight. I don't know what you guys are talking about. He just is like, I'm gonna teleport, and then does.
Yeah, I mean that could be an explanation too.
Is that just a normal thing with your family, or is that
You'll have to find out.
like Acacius is asking this? He's completely bewildered by the fact that he just saw your brother teleport.
Alara has no clue how he did it. She's just going with it.
Well, Acacius, you can teleport up to a certain point yourself. Why are you so surprised?
There is a difference between a stone's toss and a like different kingdom.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, I guess, Elara, maybe since he handed us those letters, maybe when time comes to make the guest list, maybe we would put his name on.
Quite the path to redemption, but I have no problem with it.
And besides, if he causes trouble, we'll make for an interesting show.
I'll stab him.
And put blood on your dress? No, no, no. Bring your bow.
Oh, yes. You do have good ideas.
I will not be officiating it if you plan to stab someone.
We're not planning it. We're just saying if shit happens.
I don't know, Laura seemed pretty certain that she would stab him.
If he caused a scene.
Yes, prepositions are very important. Just like it is very important to be very careful where you place a comma in a sentence.
Let's eat, Grandma.
Let's eat, Grandma.
Grandma.
My
The
bad.
fun part
I
is
didn't
if
say
Hereslier
we'd
says
kill him.
I didn't say to kill him.
the fun part is if Hereslier says let's eat kids, you don't know if there should be a comma or not.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
We're just like, oh shit, we're just trusting Herzler at this point.
Mm-hmm. Um, okay. Also arriving, not necessarily arriving at Dimitri's manor. Akasha, when you occasionally do go back home throughout the week, you would eventually encounter Lord Cabal. Cabal sees you, and he would ask you about how has your progress been with Dimitri's favored ones.
Oh, well, me and Marceline are getting pretty close. Um, well, the other one, she's really nice, but like a little too posh for my taste. I don't think she's mean or nothing, but I don't think I am worthy to speak to her. She's like really cool. But like Marceline, like kind of like on the same level, and she's like really cool too, but like in a different way. She lets me use her broom, and she's just gonna start like talking his ear off, like a high school girl who just made friends at school.
I was
He has he has a vein popping at his side, but he's like, good, good.
So yeah,
I have I have gotten us invitations to Lord Radiant Shot wedding.
a win.
Do you know who Lord Logan Radiant Shot is?
I've heard the name here and there during tutoring, maybe.
He has another vein that pops at the side of his head. He's the one who led the team with the Vampire King against Athena and got back Cinder.
Oh, he's getting married. I thought he was married already.
Well, apparently it was something to do with him dying, nullifying his marital vows. He came back.
Okay. Not for the mushy stuff, but like there's drinks and food at weddings. Sure, why not? We can go.
The third vein appears, perhaps.
And then Cabal, he's just, with his eye patch, he's like looking at you. But
completely
you don't know what
unbothered.
he's thinking, but he just good. Well,
Every time he says good.
go back to your friends.
Yep, doing that. Except I need to go to Baba's room and go like move things like a quarter of a centimeter to the left. You know this stuff drives him crazy and it's hilarious. I'm gonna go do it. I'll be back. I'll just like skip along.
He face palms his face. As Akasha, you are able to just move. Moving it even a millimeter, he's gonna know. Silver
Yes.
is going to know if you move stuff even a millimeter.
Yep. And she's doing it and she's putting it's always to the left. It's always on the left thing. She'll like put like a fingerprint smudge or, whatever. But it's always on
Lick
the left.
your hand and wipe it on something.
She's grown out of
Stop
that.
giving her ideas.
I know. You should do what I do to my friend. The same one I was troubleshooting earlier. Every time I go to his house, I had a rubber duck somewhere. There's 15 of them he hasn't found yet.
Mm.
My favorite one, if you're really dedicated, a grain of sand in their bed. Just one.
Oh no!
No,
You
see,
are
'cause
just
that's
the
uncomfortable.
worst.
Mine is more. Mine is more. There's currently a clown duck hiding in his vents right above his bed, and he swears he sees something in there sometimes, but
For
he's not found it yet.
for the folks that will hear that replay on YouTube that are not part of the party, we do not condone any of those solutions in real life.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
he
do.
loves it.
As long as you're not hurting anybody with your pranks, they're funny.
We don't commit violence.
No,
We don't commit
do
war
not.
crimes.
No one said anything about that.
Oh,
His
If
girlfriend
your
found one in
friends
his glove
hurt, they
box the
aren't
other day and asked him what the hell it was doing there. He didn't even know that I got into his glove box.
You have way too much access, is what I'm hearing.
um, okay. Going back to Akasha. Akasha, you are able to. Able to. I won't say dirty the room. I would say you're able to just
I make my presence known.
touch, adjust enough to drive a OCD vampire nuts.
Yeah.
And then you are able to make your way back to Dimitri's castle.
She'll skip along
Cabal,
and probably trip on the clothes that she stole from her sire's closet, but she'll keep going.
nice, nice. Um, Acacious. You notice that everybody is going for this wedding except you.
That's fine. Okay, Acacius will probably shrug, depending on how long the wedding is. He'll probably go
It's
to
like
Ivory Park Town.
it's like 2 more days from now, and then Dimitri will, like on the second last day before the wedding, Dimitri will be like, Cinder will be at the wedding. And I mean Lord Cinder.
I am aware. Acacius just kind of cocks his head. What exactly is your point?
Oh, it just so happens that I can bring a servant as a lord. Would you like
Oh,
to go?
guys, I don't know. I was thinking of visiting Ivory Bark Town. I have a friend there. He's kind of
Above
like.
table, are you bullshitting him?
I don't know. You're asking Acacius to be a vampire lord's servant. That's a rough thing for him to accept.
But you'll see your lord.
Acacius will sigh. Very well. I will go as your servant, Lord Dimitri.
He smiles a bit. To be honest, I do not really need a servant. Alistair I can call Alistair anytime. It's just an excuse so that.
And as he says those words, Alistair pops up right behind Acacius.
Yep. It's like, Master, you called. And then Jimmy just, nope.
False alarm.
I'm sorry. My apologies, Master Dimitri. And then he looks at you, Acacius, and then when he looks at you, there is the anime electricity when two people don't like each other.
Yes.
The zap. It's like,
Mhm.
and then Alistair disappears.
Alistair's one creepy motherfucker.
Alistair's a sweetheart.
I don't think I never said I didn't love him.
Yeah, see, this
He's
makes
a creepy
Acacius feel
motherfucker.
even worse though, because he's taking, Alistair. Him and Alistair may not see eye to eye, but Alistair is Dimitri's best servant, and Acacius feels a little bad taking his spot. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But Dimitri, Dimitri is being nice to you, Acacius. Like, he has no reason to be nice to you at all. But he is being nice. Probably also, partly it's because, you did help try to keep his precious Larissa safe.
I live another day.
You live another day.
Yeah, Acacius, you know the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. So Acacius is just kind of like be silently nodding along.
Very good. Acacius, do you have anything proper to wear for a wedding?
I mean, he's got his official robes. I don't know if those are acceptable though, because I believe they're mostly white.
Oh, you are not wearing white.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can't wear that. That's what I said. I can't wear it.
The
I
bride is
will.
pissed.
Yeah,
Um,
we were talking
I
about
will.
that stuff anyways.
I will have Alistair have something prepared for you.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, you cannot come with the mask on.
Are we teleporting there?
Yes, we will be teleporting there.
Then that will be fine. Acacius doesn't mind taking the mask off. It's just around the public. That's where it's kind of an issue.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But in like close company, where it's unlikely he's going to get stabbed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm confused. Why would he get stabbed? I feel like I missed that part.
So
Shadow type
on
looks
a
awfully similar to Drow.
yeah, Acacius looks a lot like a drow, and so most average people in the world don't know what the hell a Shadarkai is, and so they see him, think he's a drow, and stab him
Oh, and tried to stab him. Okay.
with
okay.
pitchforks, probably pitchforks with animal feces on it.
I mean,
Not
if,
great times.
I mean, if you want chaos, Saren could always disobey Dimitri's advice about not bringing fury out in public.
You know what? The meadow suffered a good or nasty drow attack, I should say. So
Yeah,
Marissa's
that's
going to have some PTSD on that.
Yeah. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
part of why Acacius, when he was in the meadow, was like, "Hey, Loxus, please don't let anyone take my mask off if I go unconscious."
A very smart
Yep.
choice.
A very, very smart choice. It would have been like, Drow!
A mob
Stab.
wouldn't have
And
cared.
end of campaign. Mm-hmm. End of campaign.
Right
For
then and there.
What,
Acacius.
for everyone? Oh, for me.
No, just for Acacius.
I didn't realize that was the anchor entity here.
Well, for harboring a drow, we might have gotten a lot of us fucking. It's like, what the fuck? You sided with a drow in a fight?
One of them's the archdruidess of the meadows, so I mean.
Yeah, she's the one. She's the only one probably to survive. Yeah, there might be one or two that survive, but for sure, Saren for being at your side on that fight, yeah, there was no way.
Trying to find a dress.
Okay. All of you are able to get ready for the wedding. All of you are able to dress up very, very nicely. I imagine, Dimitri doesn't really change too much for his wedding. He's practically like, he has like the same robes design and formal attire designs. Like, Larissa has been to his cupboard and has just seen like it's just a rows of the exact same type of
I
outfit.
was about to say that. Is it just
the
the same
same.
outfit?
Just different
He
tints.
does have some variation, like just a slightly bit, like
Oh my god, it's
the
a shade
sleeve is
lighter.
slightly darker. Yeah, it's just a shade lighter. The red is a little bit more popping out on this one.
Also,
Dimitri really likes his black and red.
yeah. Also, I'd say that during that time, also Sauron would also keep an eye open for preparation for his own proper wedding. Also, probably just look at some jeweler
Bring
every now and
him
again
to-
to find a proper engagement and maybe wedding ring. Probably just browse the shops, not necessarily buying right now, but just making a mental note of where good jeweler might be.
That reminds me, Lara still has Saren's blood. It's
Oh,
made from
I
my
lost him.
blood.
I do still have the ring made from blood. You're right.
And the ring of fire resistance that he bought before going to the not Underdark, Feyrealm, Feywild, whatever.
I do still have that one too.
Nice. Nice.
My preference is green gems.
The day of the
Noted.
wedding, sorry, mic test.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, good. I hear all of you. The day of the wedding finally arrives. Lord Cabal shows up at Dimitri's manor. Alistair, of course, greets him, and it's just two creepy vampires eyeing each other.
Is Alistair creepier? I think my life would be complete if Alistair was creepier.
Alistair's a Nosferatu. Of course, it's creepier.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Alistair
that's
has
right. I
the
forgot he was Nosferatu.
Alistair is the one that wins the creepy the yep.
Cabal
On
wins
the
the
other
cranky.
hand, yes, exactly. This is Lord Cabal,
Cranky old man.
cranky
No.
old man.
Alistair wins.
No
The
contact.
bias.
No
No
contest.
bias.
contest.
At least Lord Cabal wins looks visually more badass.
Thing
contest.
is, Lord
Alistair can
Morndale,
still-
Lord Morndale,
Yes.
he was a fighter. This guy, Sauron would think twice before lifting his blade against.
um, Cabal comes up to Dimitri's manor. Of course, he greets Dimitri. Dimitri exchange pleasantries with him. But there is Larissa and Akasha who know Dimitri and Cabal well enough can tell that there is some unspoken tension between the two.
Can I tell what kind of tension it is?
It most likely political tension.
And probably
Can I
not
just
sexual.
I was just making a joke there, but yeah.
Dear,
Keep your fan fiction out
I
of
just,
this.
he,
Bro.
he, did, he, didn't spe-
Bro.
he didn't specify, and I was like, hey, you know what?
I was surprised King
Bro.
missed the little quote there, but
Oh my goodness.
Keep your fan fiction away from this campaign.
I'm not the one who asked the question.
I will not be accused of such things.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. Yeah. They Cabal takes Akasha's hand. Shall we, my child?
She will just plaster that well-rehearsed smile and say, "Yes, let's get going."
And he disappears as they are the first to arrive at the wedding. Kaelen teleports in, looks for his sister and her husband to be, takes them, and disappears. Jormungandr appears with Stolas beside, as they're like, Marceline, are you ready?
Yeah, I am. I'm not used to having wearing a dress this long, but I'll be fine.
Jormungandr has the big googly eyes for his baby girl. He's like, oh my god, she looks so cute. And then Stolas is like, oh. And then, of course, Jormungandr is like, Dimitri, good to see you again. Lord Jormungandr, likewise. And then they take Marceline and zap away, leaving only Dimitri, Larissa, and Acacius. Acacius, you are dressed in a very, very nice and handsome attire. You have
I've
hair,
got
right?
something. I don't know, do I? I do. Yeah.
Your hair is very nicely. You have the very nice.
He,
Uh,
he usually has a
what?
pretty nice chin, like
And
I think it's called a
you know,
chin or whatever.
Antonio Banderas.
Mm.
You know how he looks when he's invading when he's trying to sneak into a fancy party, and then he has
Oh,
the
so
hair
it's looking
slicked back.
Yep.
It's acceptable to you.
Oh yeah, nice, very very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, you have the whole hair slicked back. Um, they made Acacius look like easily hot bachelor guy.
Ah, damn it. Stay away from Akasha.
I won't lie, Akasha looks like Antonio Banderas right now. Banderas. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering his name.
No,
but
you do
Antonio
Banderas is
Banderas.
how I always said
Banderas,
it.
Spanish actor.
Yeah,
Banderas.
Spanish, therefore you pronounce the S.
Banderas.
Puss in Boots. Wait.
Yeah, he's Puss in Boots and Zorro.
He's the voice. Yeah, he's the voice for
Oh.
Puss in Boots. Yeah.
He's
Oh,
he's the
he's
dad
great.
from Spy Kids.
He is the dad
Yep.
from
Oh, he
Kids.
is.
He is that.
Yes.
The realizations that are unfolding.
Wait, do people not know?
Do you guys, on the topic of Spy Kids, do you guys know do you think God stays in heaven because he too fears what we've created is from
Oh,
Spy
Yeah.
Kids too?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes
was
it
very
is.
surprised that
What
that's
the
where the
Spy
quote
Kids?
came from.
I was watching that with a friend once, and that line came through, and he started screaming, "That's where this is from!"
Oh, there is another line that people always forget where it's from. It's like, we all see the same moon and the same stars. So, after all, what does it what fuck, I forgot the exact quote, but essentially it's from the Pokemon movie and everybody gets surprised when they tell them that.
Oh yeah.
I love the Pokemon movies.
Nice.
There's some top.
With Acacius looking all very, very handsome, and Larissa, of course, looking as lovely as ever, and Dimitri looking as
Dimitri as possible.
Dimitri as possible. Hardly changing. He has like the least makeover done compared to the other two. And with that, there is a rage mist that appears around Acacius and Larissa, and all of you arrive at the wedding.
Woo.
Look at Hercules and Iris right by each other. That's so cute.
Aww.
So I would have
Oh.
I meant to do this. I didn't know how to do this inside RP, but at some point while you guys were in the middle of some important discussion, Horesler definitely broke through another window.
Oh no.
I see a pretty important cleric in that group. Well, pretty important to a certain character, anyways. I'll be honest with you, I'm
I don't
scrolling through the
see
token
what
to see if
part.
there's any other person part of that group. No, there's only 2 out of those 6, I believe, there. Don't worry, just looking for my old party. That's all.
All of you make it to the wedding. Even Lorcan gets to join because Larissa is Archdruid. So she gets to bring her boy, And Soul is. Oh, did Larissa bring Soul? Or did she leave Soul in
She's
Dimitri's
keeping
bed?
that thing in her hood. She's not separating from Soul, not after her promise to the big sumbug.
Nice. Easily done. Yes. Soul just constantly always has the eye squishing sound whenever it peeks around, and
I just
it's
love.
like
Yeah, I just have this image in my head that it's like you have Gravari's griffin, literally stabled right next to Sarin's saber. I don't
oh
know.
yeah.
It's just kind of funny in my mind.
I like how they're in the stable. Meanwhile, you've got Lorcan, Skull, Hati, and Hereslier who are all attending the thing.
Well, the thing
Right?
is, those two mounts are actually summoned, so it's not like they have feelings.
Lord
I
can't
was
have
gonna say, aren't
feelings.
Skull and Hati also summons?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, we're gonna be talking like Hephaestaria.
Yeah, that
Someone
big
saying
skull.
Hephaestus.
Thank you. He's a summon too, isn't he?
Yeah, fair enough. My bad.
Technically, no.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
summoned by the sword.
yeah, the
Yes.
feather or whatever.
By the feather, to be exact.
Thing is, what I was meant to say, those specific spirit from Find Steed and Find Greater Steed are just regular spirit that take the form of an animal. They just have better intelligence that said beast.
I don't know if Lorcan takes offense to that.
Lorcan,
Mhm.
6 on the duck dice. Surely
Yeah.
that won't lead to anything bad.
well, who needs to be bright when you can be powerful?
You hear a slight hurrying from behind you when you say that, Saren. And there's a giant dragon head, like leering over your shoulder.
Mhm. When all of you arrive at the wedding, there are a few things that stand out to you naturally. The first thing that stands out to you, being the largest thing in this open, sunny place, a big ass dragon. Well, not big ass dragon, but big dragon still.
Oh, wait. Hang on. King, can we roll something? So,
Sure.
I was mentioning this in the level 20 side RP. So I made a version of Reslier who's in a tuxedo. However, there's no way he put this on willingly. So I would like to roll how many of Liliana's least favorite servants
It takes to put it back on.
were lost in putting this on.
Absolutely not. No
Aw.
servants were lost for.
Well, I never said they had to be dead, but
Nope.
injured potentially.
Severely maimed, maybe
guy
a
would
little
have
bit blinded.
I
Thrown through a window.
believe I believe Liliana and Logan, or at least Liliana most likely, would have told her Reslia to be nice, stay put, and then you got in your suit like a good boy.
Okay, but
Reslia is
can I at
all
least have been
gentlemanly.
scared I was gonna eat them?
A good intimidation check.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do a good intimidation check. Yeah, I'll give you advantage. Yeah, you are a big dragon.
Okay. I actually already have advantage on it, so can I get super advantage?
Okay,
an option.
you get lower DC.
Okay.
Just
Wow.
Can I roll against that with using Liliana's to see if she would have scared him into it or if she would have needed help to do so?
I rolled
yeah.
really low. Whoa. What
Yeah,
the
you can.
fuck?
You are a vampire. You are ascendant.
I got a
vampire. You can
natural
roll
20. You are being a good boy.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if it appeared or not, but that was a good roll.
Reslia, the rumors are true. Don't mess with a bride's wedding. They are terrifying.
Oh, this was pre-wedding. All right.
The point still stands.
And for shits and
Don't fuck with
giggles,
any bride.
yeah. And for shits and giggles, I say Gravari's way fuck out at the other end of the fucking place, so that even if she's trying to scare you, there's no aura for you.
Liliana
even
is
considering
not here above table. Liliana not here. She is in the changing room. She will come out when it is time.
I can't believe I rolled a 2 and a 5 for that.
A bride
That
is
is-
scary when the wedding was delayed twice.
That's right. Don't play with no. Don't play. Don't play.
And I'll
Um,
remind you that I'm the one who kept your husband's body safe.
Yes,
As a
but we're not
necklace.
discussing this wedding.
Well, there was no what. How else was I gonna hold on to him? What would you rather held him in his mouth, or stuffed him into a bag?
I mean, he doesn't. If you we had the bag of holding, we could have stuffed him in a bag.
I feel like that's significantly worse than me having him ride in my fluffy fur on my rib cage.
Either way, True Resurrection doesn't care if a body's present or not. Just saying.
That is true. That is true. But we didn't even use a true resurrection. It was wish. Bypassed everything. Bypassed all the requirements. All of you are in the wedding. It is a nice and lovely place. The location is basically the backyard of the Radiant Shot Manor. It has been converted with druidcraft to really bring out the celebratory nature of the occasion. Gravari, you would notice Althea is here. Lucille, you will know this character, Eurydice. She is a dryad from this location. Because over the course of 200 years, Logan, Liliana, and Lucille would have encountered the dryad from Dryad's Peace. She was a spirit that was protecting the town. The town at least believes she was a spirit. Logan, Liliana, and Lucille, of course, helped her, and that's why they know her, and that's why she's here at this wedding. Acacius, you see Lord Cinder standing in all his regal and divine glory. He seems to be standing next to a very, very pretty lady with flowing hair, and she's dressed in an attire you have never seen before. He seems to be speaking with an old man and a
Is that Merlin?
young boy.
Yeah.
Yes, some of you, Sarin and Elara's characters met these at the Vampire King's masquerade.
Well,
Acacius will just kind of smile at being able to see his lord, but he'll play the role that he's supposed to play.
Yeah, at this
and
point,
stick close to Dimitri and Larissa.
Yeah, at this point, Sarin would just lean into Elara and just trying to be polite and not draw too much attention. Just like, Elara, dear, look over there with Lord Cinder. Seems that we meet our wizard friend and the prince sooner than expected. It seems.
Well, why don't you go say hi to them?
Yeah, maybe they seem a bit busy, but once they break away, why not? The floor is yours.
Marceline is trying to process the environment.
Is Silver here?
Silver Basilisk?
Yeah, she's here. Her name tag isn't though.
Okay. Yeah, Horeslier is probably looming near there because he does know Silver.
Ah, rude. You know Gravari.
Okay.
Maybe.
All of you are able to reposition yourselves freely on the map to whom you would want to interact with, in which character you want to interact with. Just
Oh, they're so far away.
very briefly, just for few moments, music is going to change a little.
She's gonna go to her dad. Is Stolas gonna go, or is he just going to?
Iris,
Why did you go Akatsuki?
Yeah.
I thought it was something
you
else
are
at first.
you are holding on to. I imagine you are like doing the arm wrap around Hercules' arm,
Yes.
speaking with King Theo, Lucia, Razi all around you. You know, you're in the company of good friends, wonderful, wonderful people. And then you start to feel like a minor headache, like someone is trying to reach into your mind.
Hmm.
And then you find yourself standing before this individual. Can you see it?
I cannot.
Can you see it? Give me a second. Can you see it now?
Ooh.
Yep. Yes, I
Oh,
can. Yes, I can.
You see him. He he's standing before you, and you are really small to this colossal figure. You are about this height when compared to this titan.
Oh. I mean, she's already like 5'2" anyway. Everything's big to her, but yeah.
he's taller than Iris.
he You can feel this creature, this it's clearly a masculine feature. You can tell, you can perceive it. You cannot see his face, but you can feel the gaze looming over you. This creature feels upset at you. Iris, roll me history with advantage.
Okay.
Very upset at you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is 100% Death himself, Lord Abiram. One of these four celestial eyes of Mana himself. I think Iris can tell why he is upset at her.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? We usually don't see you at weddings. How are you doing?
He just stares at you, doesn't respond. There is like a storm brewing behind him and behind you, but it's not hurting. It's not hurting you. But your hair is scattering in the wind. Yeah, he's pissed.
I mean, I get it. I understand why you're mad. I get it. Totally. However, it needed to be done. I'm not going to apologize for it because I meant it.
You hear in your mind, Logan was not meant to arise from his slumber that day.
Well, you must not have taken me into account. Because I would make the same choice every single time.
You can hear a sigh from him. He sighs. He's like, well, at least you brought down Zoriana.
That was the goal.
He sighs again. You have no idea how much paperwork you've just made me put in.
I mean, you would have had more paperwork had I not brought him back. Let's be honest here.
He does not disagree or agree.
Can I roll insight to see if
you can't insight a Titan. No. He tells you that he you can feel it in your mind like he's going to overlook this. But he also warns you something. That as of now, present in the world, there are 2 ascendant vampires. Which means there are now in creation 2 vampires that will never fear the sun. They can walk in the light, free of its danger.
Well, I'm glad those 2 are on our side.
Yes. But should another vampire diablerize either of them, they will be completely immune to the might of the sun, the one thing that ensures their destruction.
Is there a specific other vampire that you were worried about diablerizing either of them?
In every generation, there will always be opportunistic creatures.
I'll be sure to pass that information along to the 2 ascendant vampires.
He holds out his sight at you, like really lowers it down and to your level. I mean, the site is the site itself, the size of the site is like a building. And he charges you. Since you have brought back and restored Logan, I charge you to take care of the 2 of them, protect them. Do not let them waste the life that you so desperately returned to them.
I don't have much of a choice in that, do I?
No, you do
And,
not.
well, I'm immortal now anyway, so it's not like they can get away from me. And I like them. They're funny in a weird way. Don't tell them I said that. Don't tell Lucille either.
There is another matter.
Yes.
There is a red knight that has returned.
Red Knight. Okay. Why are we worried about this one?
It is a creature of Zoriana's design.
Oh. Okay.
It is not benevolent, it is not malevolent. But it is judging these generations of mortals. It has decided to participate in an arena contest in the Empire of Putera.
Do I have
You-
to fight?
You will challenge this creature and prove to it that mortals are still worthy.
But I'm technically not mortal anymore, but I get your point. I very much do. I will do that for you. That's no problem. Wait a minute. How am I supposed to babysit these two if I have to go to an arena?
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
As I must, of course. Sure. Anything else to put on the to-do list?
That will be all.
Great. You sticking around for the wedding? There's punch, there's snacks. She has
Give
shit in her-
Give Hercules my regards. And to remind him not to waste his new life. And then he disappears.
Well, bye.
And you return in the wedding. Not a second has passed.
She's gonna look at Lucille. Does Death just like making grand entrances like that, Lucille? Or is this a special occasion?
What grand intro? Oh yeah, you did. You did kind of cause some issues in the natural order and all that stuff. He's not too
Yeah.
pissed, is he?
No, he's fine. I mean, I'm here. I didn't get smited or smoten,
Yet.
whatever it is.
He probably
So
gave
I
you
think we're
a couple
cool.
of tasks, didn't he?
Yeah, I have a couple of tasks I have to do. Apparently, I have to babysit the the newly reweds. I don't know, and then I have to go fight some red knight. And I apparently have to do those things at the same time, and I'll figure it out.
I mean, I'm also been tasked to keep an eye on them, but that's kind of a guaranteed thing.
And why does he want me to? We'll just trade
The more
notes
the
at
merrier.
some point. Yeah, you have more eyes than I do. I don't understand why he wants me to do it.
Yeah, but I have to have all of them open, otherwise, they're just blurry.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, Hercules, love. Death sends his regards, and he says, she's gonna try and reword it to make it sound more wholesome. Enjoy your new life. That's what he said.
Really? He said that?
Deception check.
In so many words, yeah.
He makes the I sure will. I am not going to give up this life.
Good. I think that's what he wanted. That part's done. Now I have to go. I'll talk to them once the ceremony and stuff is over. I'm not going to bother their celebration right now. I'll talk to those two later. And she like gestures to Liliana and Logan wherever they are.
Liliana is currently, she's getting all the bridal treatment. They're doing the makeup, they're doing the hair. Her two daughters, Anastasia and Victoria, are with her. But Logan is here.
Then she'll probably.
He seems to be speaking with the Sultan of the Empire of Putera, where your arena fight is supposed to happen.
She doesn't need to go over there. She'll turn to Hercules. Excuse me. I need to go speak with Logan. I will come and find you before the ceremony starts. Then she will head over to Logan and await an opening to talk to him.
You come in, the Sultan is just congratulating Logan. My congratulations, good sir, on your accomplishments. For what you've done for Nirmanis. I suppose nothing can even repay that. And Logan is just, I'm just glad everything is back to normal. And then they see you coming as the emperor, not the emperor, the Sultan is like, our gallant fighter.
Hello, Sultan. Nice to see you today. I hope you're enjoying the festivities.
Oh, it is so nice being out of the desert.
I hear that you have a festival coming up there soon.
Oh yes, it was meant to be a tournament, a arena tournament for the grand champion. Just something to honor the six and help people see the values of training bodies and fighting, and also it's just exciting to see people fight and try to overpower each other.
Yes, that is true. I'd like to throw my hat in that ring if you don't mind. Let me see what kind of fighting talents there happens to be.
Logan looks at you. Please tell me you're going to fight with the other hand.
I mean,
Is that a Princess Bride reference?
Maybe.
If you want it to, if you want it to be, it is.
Okay, then it is.
I'll do my best.
Logan is like actually worried for the contestants. Not Iris. He's worried about the contestants. And then the Sultan's like, oh my, if you join, you are more than welcome. Oh, ticket sales is going to be delightful.
We're gonna make so much money.
I look forward to it. Logan, when you have a moment, can I speak with you in private?
Your Majesty, excuse me. And yeah, he stands next to Hati. You see the good boy just lying down on the ground.
The goodest of boys.
So, Logan, I got a message from Lord Death. He's worried about some things, particularly 2 ascendant vampires being in the world at once.
Ah, yes.
Particularly the diablerization of one of you by an opportunistic third party.
I figured.
Yes, I've also been tasked with babysitting the 2 of you. You are both grown adults. Please don't make me have to do that, but I'll be around.
He what? He wants? Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't let Liliana find out.
Yeah, maybe don't tell the wife.
That's all on you. You tell her this information, and you can tell her whenever you see fit. I've done.
Okay, maybe I'll take her for a really nice dinner and then tell her.
That sounds like a really good idea. There's this like really nice place, like a couple kingdoms over. I'm pretty sure y'all can teleport there. But really good, nice scenery. Y'all really don't have to eat food if you don't want. So, but it looks nice.
I will do a really good picnic there then, and tell her.
Good idea. Good idea. Yep, away from people and things that cost a lot of money if they are broken.
He is just stunned, like, how does he respond to that?
Listen, I saw her when you ceased to be. That is terrifying, and I worry for you. But it's not that same type of issue, so I think you'll be okay.
Well,
Reslier feels a sense of disturbance upon the mention of property damage.
well, I suppose, well, I'm sure I'll figure something out to raise the security.
Yeah, and maybe, when at least it comes to vampires, keep people at arm's length.
Well, it's not like they're going to just be able to just ambush me and diablerize either of us.
Jinxed.
Hmm.
Jinxed.
Anything's possible, as we've seen. So just
That is true.
keep an eye out. That's all. I mean, I'm not the only one assigned to babysit the two of you. So between me and the other person, who I will not name if they have not named themselves, I think you'll be fine. And then she does not explain any further and just goes back to Hercules.
Lucille would have told Logan and Liliana that he has to keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh.
Logan will just be muttering to himself, well, at least. Seems like this party's gonna stick around longer.
I have a question for you, King. Does Hereslier have scent?
Does Hereslia have scent? Yeah, of
Yes.
course. Of course.
Oh no.
Okay. So it's definitely not a secret. He's staring right at Acacius. He's not moving because he's scared of because of Liliana's threat earlier, but he's staring at him, and he looks hungry.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think this is what you were expecting, King, was it?
I actually told him this would
I
happen.
I was one, but we'll play by ear. We'll deal with it as it happens. Logan does look at Hati, pets him on the head.
All I'm
How about
saying
you,
is...
boy? You want to babysit us as well? Seems like everybody in the universe now wants to babysit us. Just not just himself.
yeah.
Saren, can you roll a dex saving throw to not get drooled on?
I can roll it. Whether or not I can succeed it, that's a different story.
What do you
Yeah.
think, King?
Nah,
yeah,
I
sure.
don't. I don't fucking succeed.
You
But
got
just a 10.
10.
Yeah, you just manage to move out of the way and avoid like a whole fat drop of saliva just bloop hits the ground.
No, wait. Saren doesn't know your name. For fuck's sakes, man. Careful where you put that thing. This suit ain't shit.
Razor just kind of turns and looks at you slowly, his head being about the size of your entire person. Devil's son.
Oh, fuck. Begin.
Hereslier asks about that one. And he points at Acacius.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But you went and called him Devil's Son.
Oh no.
On
Uh-oh.
strike.
Alara is going to grab him and pull him before he can hit Hereslier.
Can he
go.
hit her?
He's gonna know that Saren's
No,
trying
I wanna see him roll an orange strike. I wanna know if he can hit her wrestling.
I'll roll it just for the shits and giggles. Probably
He
not.
cannot
It'll
hit.
be a 15 to hit. Ilara, roll me a either acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Give me.
Well, for Esler's 22 AC, he doesn't hit. So.
No. There's no fucking way. Thing is, I had a +7, so there was a shot, but I'd have to roll.
There was.
I don't know what my
So,
sorry. I don't know what my character sheet is doing. There we go. Okay.
Horeslear's retaliation.
You
to
said
this.
acrobatics or what? Or athletics?
Athletics.
You know what? My acrobatics is higher.
Okay.
Save the day, please.
With a 13, you are
Oh, no.
able to grab Sarin, and that's what causes the unarmed strike to miss.
But yeah,
Horeslear is going
Siren
to,
didn't answer you,
chuckle
he
at
just
this.
swung.
Horeslear is going
Sorry?
to chuckle at
How
this.
about
Can you make me a strength saving throw DC 23?
Technically speaking, I'm grappled, right?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
You can try to make the DC, Sarin.
Yeah, I was just checking something. Grapple doesn't impose disadvantage or anything, so. Yeah, that's just a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, so it's a 23 to pass. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get kind of picked up by your leg from Horeslear's tail, and kind of dangle in front of him as he chuckles.
Oh my goodness.
I like this one.
Iris, Hercules, and Lucille see all
And
this.
he's...
King Theo sees this.
Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Hold on. It's not as big as it's not as bad as you think as it's gonna be. Though you will know that Horeslear says I.
Yeah.
Or I like this one. He's going to kind of shuffle his neck, and a couple scales are gonna fall out. And he's gonna drop Saren on him. You can have these.
Siren will
And then
just look at you.
almost like sensing the notion of property damage.
Yeah.
He's going to kind of look back over at Iris.
At this very point, Siren will look straight at you and call me Devil's Son again. And then you will see I will fell you so fast.
Alara's gonna turn to Saren. Wait,
Kale
Saren's
is
like,
like doing Kale is panicking and doing like sorry, no, you cannot fell this one. This one.
Kale is
Horeslear's gonna start dancing and changing colors.
You will then turn to Elara and Kale. Do dragons usually do that?
I wouldn't
Wait,
know.
this-
You should piss one off though. I'm trying
By
to
the way,
marry you.
Horeslear is giving Saren some of his scales, so.
Yeah.
And then Kale is like coming up to Sarin, putting his arms around Sarin's shoulders. Lord Horeslear, forgive my in-law.
Horeslear not angry. I not angry. I find him funny. He still not answer a question. Where did he find Shadowed One? Tastiest.
Yeah, don't eat him. He actually found us.
Kale looks at
Why should I not
Shadowed
eat him?
One. Kale looks at Shadowed One, and then he's like, Shadowed One? Turns around, realizes he's looking at Antonio Banderas. And then Kale's like, oh no.
We're just, like I'm just agreeing that Acacius is now Antonio Banderas.
At this point, Siren just looks at the wrestler. You don't eat him, because if you do, see all of those people all over here? You eat someone. Guess what happens to you?
I've eaten many
I'm gonna be
someones.
really upset, and then there's just like a little short vampire just tapping her feet, looking up at this humongous dragon.
Wait, how
Which-
short is your character?
She's like 5'1".
Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
my character is still taller. Okay.
What is? Let's see. So I'm giant right now, right? What does that make me?
You are larger than a horse right now.
Okay.
So anywhere from
You
what,
are-
9 to 12 feet tall, probably.
Well, because I think you said I shrunk down to giant size from gargantuan.
You basically return to your
In range
so
size.
you not return to your original size. You return to 1 degree bigger than your original size. So you
yeah,
were
unless he's giant.
considered large. So you were considered large. So now you're huge.
Oh, huge. Okay.
Yes.
Alright. Oh yeah, giant's not a thing in 5e, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, it's
That's what-
huge than
yeah.
gargantuan.
Yeah. Okay. So what does that make Horace Lear in terms of height? Like,
You are about 15 to
Damn.
18 feet
Okay.
large, tall, like from head to toe, from vertically.
and Horace Lear is going to reach up a claw and kind of pat Akasha on the head. There, little one. I will ask first.
Well, I listen here, big one. I have dibs on that one. They're my favorite.
Acacia.
Acacius arm wrestles over Dig. Acacius had dibs on Athena. Did not get to. This saddens me.
I could just imagine Horesler pouting.
He did.
Akasha's
He had
gonna, like,
dibs on eating Athena, and then she went and dissolved.
Mhm.
Oh, poor Horesler.
Akasha's just gonna pat him on his like very large leg. There. Dibs should be honored at all times. I apologize that you did not.
Now
get
you
your
make me a DC 23 strength saving.
Oh
throw.
no.
Alara's gonna pipe up. Dibs are sacred.
My
Larissa
strength
should
is
be interviewed.
-1.
Hey, Acacia.
Okay, Larissa's going to very discreetly cast enlarge reduce, but she's going to reduce the size of him.
Thing is, there's a save.
I can still do this
It's
exact
a
same
17
thing. So
con.
Also,
It's just not going
Con?
through.
also Acacia,
Yeah.
you have a +4 because you're within Siren's aura, and Groaris too.
it's not enough. Anyways, Herzu is gonna lift Akasha up and place him on his head, behind the horns,
Oh,
and then he's gonna
Okay.
keep dancing and changing colors.
And the funny thing is, Acacia was in both Paladin's aura.
Still, I don't
Wait,
think I
is
still
those-
don't. Still wouldn't have been enough.
I know.
Is
I know.
Siren on the ground still? Like laying down on the ground?
Yeah. Acacius, sorry, not Horeslier picked him up and shook off some scales, and then dropped them on the scales. So I don't know what he's gonna do with them, but Saren now has a handful of Horeslier scales.
Is Larissa still following through with the reduce?
Yeah, it's just not appearing. I don't know why.
Okay.
What's the? Wait, I need to make a con save, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, 17. It's not very high.
Yeah, 21.
Oh yeah, a barbarian. Very tough constitution.
Yep.
Right. I was worried you had a plus 11.
Specifically.
Specifically, I looked it up. Adult dragon con saves.
At this point, Siren would look at Elora and kill. Okay. I think I pissed enough people off for today. Maybe we should find a quiet spot.
You think?
Kale is like breathing a serif. Finally, he learned. He has that face.
To be fair, he's the one that launched the first insult.
What's happening over here?
I love that Kale has just accepted Sarin. I do actually enjoy that.
Acacius,
We just
Acacius, I recommend you stay the farthest away you can of that dragon. Trust me.
Has Acacius met Kale
he
yet?
went to
Kale,
eat you.
Kale before King.
No.
Okay.
Kale and Acacia's never met. First time.
All right. Acacius will kind of look over at Kale, and back to Saren. And who is this, Saren?
That
The
to be-
brother-in-law to be. Elora's
Ah.
brother,
I see.
Sir
Pleasure to
Kale.
meet you, Master Kale.
Well,
I
all
am
the
sorry. We have not yet met, and he holds out his hand.
All the
for a
same,
handshake.
all the same, and then you see Saren put his hand on both Acacius and Kel. We should start moving.
Why?
Saren will look
Dragon
straight in
was
Acacius.
fucking-
Yeah, Saren will just look straight in his Acacius' eye as much as he can. It's like, trust me, move.
Kale is
alright.
like, yes, I agree with my brother-in-law. Let's move. Let's move. How about we move all the way? And then he points to this side of the
Oh yeah,
points
and,
to this side of the map.
yeah, fair.
Alright.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
like, okay,
Why not? Me and
Okay.
Ilara will have some business to do with Merlin and Prince Sartor there.
as if Acacius will kind of look over at Larissa and Dimitri as they walk past and kind of go about, if you need my services, my lord and my lady, don't hesitate to call me.
Dimitri smiles. I in your mind, you just hear
There's
the
you could see several popped veins on his forehead.
Dimitri just has the like he has the face of, you know, he's not gonna call you for anything. If he really needs something, he's gonna call Alistair, not you.
So it's the proper form of getting excused as a servant.
Yep.
I suppose we move over here.
Easily done. Kale moves over as well. I imagine Ilara follows Siren as well.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Um,
doing my nails currently.
And as they
you are
move,
fine.
move away, Saren would just lean into Ilara. Sorry, I know. I let my already hot blood boil again. I'll
That's
take-
their
yeah.
past
No.
Meanwhile,
Then we'll
Hereslier
look-
has bonded with Akasha over wanting to eat Acacius.
Both in very different ways, I'm sure.
I think she just wants to drink my blood. Hereslier wants to actually eat him.
Yep.
As
They aren't
Uh,
mutually exclusive now that I think about it.
Lorcan and Skull are staring at each other. It's a very odd interaction where Skull is staring at Lorcan, and then Lorcan, made up of 3 heads, is staring back at Skull, and then Skull turns his head to the right, and then all 3 heads of Lorcan turn to the right, or in this case, turn to the left, mimicking Skull's movements. And then Skull lies down on the floor, and then Lorcan follows and imitates.
What a good boy. Larissa's going to
Yes.
excuse herself from Dimitri, giving him a quick kiss on the cheek and seeing Althea and wanting to go catch up with her. I'll be right back. I just want to speak with Althea.
Of course. You see Gravari. Gravari is chatting with Althea and this girl. You have seen this girl before in the Druidic Meadows. Her name is Willow. She's a druid.
Yeah, so essentially when Gloria approach, it's like, I'm sorry, dear, Velita. An old acquaintance of mine just caught my eye. Need to go and give her a few words. And then you would walk away and go to Althea. Well, isn't it rare to see you out of your temple, Claude? And Claude is, for anybody that wouldn't know, sister and everything but blood in Orcish.
She looks at you. Oh, Gravari! It's been so long. My goodness, what you did?
Well,
Just amazing.
well, I can't take the whole credit. I wasn't alone in there. And quite honestly, Althea, it's nothing that our little group couldn't have handled. Besides, a lot of the problem was avoided by your Lady of Silver. I think I were a prayer or two at least.
She's like so invested. You need to tell me what happened. Oh, Dornick and Silver would have loved to be there.
Oh, I'm sure if Silver would have been there, it would have been a whole different story. But you know how it is nowadays. Can't very much call on him.
Yeah, I really wish he would just give up the black marsh.
Well, let's be honest, Alfia. There's been a few times, and Rory would look around and just kind of hush his tone. There's been a few times where I had some of my messenger kind of request. How to say this? Request discreet assistance. And then Kuraru just kind of looked around back. But regardless, I don't know if you notice the woman that I walked into this location with that's currently talking with the Vampire King and Queen over there, but that's Veleta.
She's very pretty.
Yeah, a little bit before I joined you guys.
She looks a little bit like Busty.
Yeah. I don't know how much Bussy shared with you in the past, but yeah, that is. Well, I didn't propose properly yet, but soon to be fiance and hopefully soon to be wife. I went and reconnected after that mission.
Oh my! Gravari settling down. Oh, I've missed so much! And she's so excited. She's so giddy.
Don't worry, Alfia. Most of my days nowadays are mostly paperwork, so a little bit of excitement is always a good news. The amount of paperwork that's waiting for me in that office.
She. Oh, have you met my friend, Willow?
I cannot.
She's joining.
I cannot say I have yet. Pleasure to meet you, milady.
Hello. And then Alfia chimes in. She's going to be joining a new squad.
Grory will look at Alfia. What? You mean you're gonna exit your temple and lead a new squad yourself?
Oh, no. This one will be. This party is going to be under me. You know me, I cannot abandon my temple.
Yeah, of course. Well, this being said, I think I'm due to take a little bit of a tour of pretty significant location. I don't think I ever stepped in that temple yet. Maybe it's time for me to do so.
Well, you're welcome to take a bath in my temple, of course.
Yeah, I'll just have to make sure that there are locks on those doors. Last time that you and Bats were involved, I still have shivers.
She chuckles. And Larissa, you hear the whole conversation and she turns around to you. Ooh, my dear friend. And then she reaches out and gives you a hug.
Larissa will return the hug, asking, "How have you been, Lady Althea? It has been way too long."
Oh, it's been so long. When was the last time we met? In the Fae?
It was Lord Valgor's trial. No, it was in, I want to say, up in the celestial realm. During Lord.
Before Cold Harbor.
Before Cold Harbor, yes. Oh, wait, would she? No, the last meeting would be the Fae then, if the trial thing never happened. Because the above table, it was because Roland was on trial. If that never happened because the Death Knight ceased to exist, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, no.
No, okay, so it was the Fae. You were teaching me Draconic.
She. And how's your draconic now?
I want to say it's good. Can I roll to see if my Draconic has improved for me to add it to my languages?
You can roll with advantage as the dragon priestess.
What would that be for?
Just roll with advantage. Intelligence check.
Oh dear.
Oh, while she's doing that, question: does
Ooh.
Horeslier know who she is?
No, my Draconic is not good enough still.
Okay. There is some improvement. The DC was not very high because you are literally bound to Lord Vargo. There is some improvement. It's still very rusty. You probably need maybe two, 3 more tries before you can add it in as a full-blown language.
Agree.
At this point,
I help
at this point,
because I know-
yeah, at this point, Rory would kind of butt into the conversation a little bit. It's like, I'm sorry to interrupt, Alfia, but who might you be exactly?
I'm Lady Larissa Archjudas of the Meadows,
Well,
but I am also the fiance of this man over here, and she's gonna point directly at Dimitri.
well, I'll be damned. For once, Dornick actually didn't exaggerate when you wrote about the new Archdruidess.
Who?
Yeah, I guess he kind of likes to be withdrawn from society, even in the meadows. You wouldn't mistake him for any other person. Big, half-orc that, surprisingly enough, is vegetarian, unless he's wild-shaped into a wolf or something like that. A long story.
I will have to, for sure, meet this Drid. Unfortunately, as you say, I'm not familiar off the top of my head. I only recently came into this role, you see.
Well, I can tell you right now, there's at least one druid in that meadow that will have your back regardless of whatever happens, and I'll be quite
I'm
honest.
very
I'll be quite honest.
grateful to that.
Yeah, and since you seem to already know Alfia over here, if you would require any assistance, by all means, feel free to reach out.
Of course, and I'm sorry, I don't think I got your name.
Yes, I guess without me wearing my armor, it's kind of hard to place me. I would be Sir Gravari, said the Unbroken Arrow. Titles
Pleasure to
matter.
meet you.
Titles matter little to me, but I would so happen to be the Lord Commander of the Ivory Wardens.
Alfia will then pop in. He and I, we used to be a party with Dornick and Vavrek and and then she stops when she's about to say Silva's name.
And Gravari looks straight at Alfia. Alfia, that name is classified.
And Busty.
And Busty?
Yeah, yes. You know the famous singer? She goes by the title Busty the Bard. She used to be part of our party.
Yeah, either her parent played a cruel joke on her when they named her when she came into this world, or she chose an appropriate stage name. I never managed to figure out exactly which one it was.
Alfia looks down at her chest. She has not recovered from the envy.
Gravari would just put a hand on her shoulder. It's like, come on, you make up for the physical difference in plenty of other useful ways.
I don't want to talk
Larissa's
about
going
it.
to just nod slowly and not even inside it, thinking, not her business.
Well, I'll let you ladies catch up. I need to prepare a sermon. Oh man, it's been so long since I officiated a proper wedding. Most time it's just a wedding before a battlefield, so it's do you promise to love each other? Do you blah 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 and done.
Alfia is like, ooh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Well, here's a fun part, Alfia. You have to wait. Now, if you ladies would excuse me, I still need to try to make up lost time before it's too late with, well, quite honestly, the woman of my life at this point.
Oh my.
As Grivari, you are walking past. You see what seems to be a fairy with a beard. The fairy is clearly a girl fairy, full blonde hair, very adorable in uh, the way she's dressed, but she has a red Scottish long beard that she very proudly displays.
First thing that passes in Grover's mind when he sees that is like, must have dwarven blood in her bloodline somewhere, but doesn't address her.
I would say Gravari would also know. It's probably like some type of magic that's enabling her to physically grow a glorious beard.
Or the
Look
belt
at
of,
that beard.
or the belt of dwarven kind or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grover's first reaction is dwarven blood. Oh wait, magical items exist. But he will, quite honestly, at this point, is focused on two things: Velata and making sure not to fuck up the ceremony.
Nice.
So,
Althea turns to you, Larissa. How have you been?
I have been well. I've got a new party since I've last met you. Um, she's going to see Marceline nearby and say, Marceline joined shortly after I met you after the Fey Wars. And I've met a new friend. I've met Akasha, Alara, Acacius, and Sarin as well. And they've all joined hands to help defeat the Mother Soul Weaver in whatever form she takes now.
She looks at you. My, look at you. I'm so happy. And my goodness, that one is your lover. He is so handsome.
She's going to turn bright red and say, yes, he is.
And then she kind of like she has like a question on her face. Oh, I didn't realize Dimitri actually liked girls.
Larissa's going to hold back a laugh. She's going to bring her hand to her mouth to stop her from snorting.
Yeah, a lot of the ladies back in the temple thought he was gay.
She's going to send a silent look at Dimitri.
Dimitri has no idea what you're talking about. He's busy with Evergreen and Stolas and school.
Larissa's just going to think in the back of her mind she cannot wait to tell him later.
Is Marceline within an earshot or something?
Yeah,
You are
yeah,
very
she-
close,
she
Marceline.
hears
You are right
everything.
there.
Yes, Sophia thought Dimitri was gay.
Marceline is gonna think hears this and it's like maybe bite.
Sorry, ignore
I
the
don't know,
fact
none
that
of my
I'm alone.
business. Start.
Okay.
Yes, me and Sarin are talking to Merlin and ours.
yeah, sorry, I had to
Okay, never
walk
mind.
out for a little
Does
bit.
Larissa want to say anything else to Sophia?
Only if she has experience in the... Do you have any experience in the Underdark? My brother and his party went missing there, and I was able to get through for brief moments, and it sounded like Lilith Taraxis had some sort of mind control or some way of confusing them to the point he was unable to recognize my voice when I reached out to him. Do you have any knowledge or means of how to shield our minds better?
Oh. Um. Oh. Oh, the underdog. Um. I can't say I have as much experience. Um. Sil, and then she stops. She's about to mention Silver's name again. Um. But perhaps you can check with Lady Silver. She's from the underdog.
Yes, I think I might. May you point me in her direction? With everyone here, it seems I'm a bit lost.
Oh, she's standing next to that really short vampire girl who's hanging out with the dragon.
Kasha is on top of Hereslia right now.
Oh,
On his head.
I'm waiting. Oh, gosh,
it's that dark elf that's standing next to
Close to
the
Gloria.
dragon.
Oh, I see her. Yes. Thank you, Althea. She's gonna give out a very quick curtsy before running over.
I'm waiting for the bell soon.
Done.
Yeah, Alfia's expecting that wedding invitation, Larissa.
Oh,
She'll
she's
be
gonna
very
get one easy.
heartbroken. Mm-hmm. Nice. Marceline, you are hanging out with your Moganda, Evergreen, Stolas, and Dimitri. Evergreen has her arms wrapped around your dad. Your Moganda is not saying no.
Marceline is not gonna say anything. She's minding her own business, but she like smirk, but she's not gonna say anything.
Stolas looks at you, pretends to not see anything also, with literally 4 eyes.
Oh wait, why is Sasha on top of the dragon? Hold on, I'm gonna go real quick. Akasha, are you enjoying the view up there?
Yes, I've never been this tall before. I can see everything.
Oh yeah, you can see everything.
can
Akasha,
see the
since you're on top
shadow.
of Hereslia, there are a few things that stand out to you.
Oh,
First thing that you see, you notice speaking to Gildarts. You of course know who Gildarts is. He's the Vampire King Steward. You see a vampire, Philip Hart. He's speaking to Gildarts. Roll me a history check.
alrighty. 23.
23. Okay, you know that Philip Hart, he is a inventor. Him and his whole family, they are well known for mechanics. They are considered the family that is currently the leading family in the development of something known as automobiles and locomotives.
She'll look for Lord Cabal to see if he's noticing all the people there and if he's going to speak to anybody or just be creepy and cranky in a corner.
He is being cranky in the corner for a little bit.
She just shakes her head and continues to like play with whatever feathers she finds on Hereslier's head. She is unbothered.
Nice. There is another one that stands out to you. I need you to roll another history check, but this one with advantage.
Oh, okay.
And King, those kind of tokens is exactly why some party ask if the BBAG is hot.
Haha. With a 31, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you know who she is. She is Galina Daxtan. Daxtan are the Bruja vampires.
She's gonna like
She
fangirl internally, but she'll
Mhm.
stay where she is.
She is Galina is the daughter of Lord Daxtan, one of the main
That's
9 houses of the vampires, like Dimitri and the Vampire King.
We got some big names in here.
A lot of big names.
Akasha, should I go and introduce myself to Lord Cabal?
No. He's creepy and cranky. I'll introduce you to my sire, yes, but stay away from him.
Oh, okay.
Correction, 8 houses because Morndale got, well,
Morndale.
they got pegged.
I'm sorry. What did you
Good
just say?
morning.
You heard very well what he fucking said.
We got bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how I describe what happened.
They fell from grace. Is that better to your ears?
Yeah, that's a little better.
You know,
They
they're just
they
losers
screwed
and
around and found out.
You know, that really doesn't make it much better considering the previous word that was used. Anyways,
Akasha's gonna hang over Horazlier's eye so it's like he can see her. Like, can I get down?
can
Do I need to catch you?
that is a fair question. Can you?
Well, if I was wearing
Probably
pants,
not.
yeah, but
He
this
starts
dress is
dancing
expensive.
faster.
Yeah, no.
This isn't funny. Somebody get their dragon.
Does Lucille do anything?
Lucille's just gonna intervene. It's like Razlier. Put Lady Akasha down.
Lucille, please make me a DC 23 strength saving throw.
God damn it!
Akasha's gonna use that to try and slide down the back and get down.
13.
You do not succeed. You join Akasha on the head.
Lucille's just gonna immediately jump. Oh wait.
If Magic Circle wouldn't be a 1-minute casting action, I would have done that. Just saying.
Hold on. Lucille, after being picked up, is going to his body. Hold on, where's the freaking ability?
This is the second time
I
I've
have
picked him up, hasn't it?
Lucille's going to. That is not the ability. Hold on, where is hit? Okay, there.
I
Better
think I
hope
picked
this
you up
isn't
during
happening
the
when
fight,
the
too,
bride
didn't I?
comes in.
Lucille's going to Lucille's body is going to briefly go limp. Marceline and presumably Jormungandr are baby stools, considering he spent some time in the void. I'm not sure. We'll see. He just leaves his body just flows down to the ground, and then gets a couple feet away, and then back, and then his body's just trying to teleport right there. Please don't pick me up. Out of curiosity, Dean, what does Marceline see in Lucille? Considering.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. So Marceline, when you look at Lucille, you see like an avatar of Lord Abiram, Death himself. Grim Reapers are avatars of Death himself. So you see the large scythe, you see everything. but it's like Lucille carries the spirit of death. Abiram himself. And then when Lucille sees Marceline, Lucille sees a human being made of space stars, if that makes sense. Like the night sky.
Lucille's just gonna like look towards Marceline. It's just like, I thought you'd be taller.
You can be. Resler leers at Lucille.
Horizon, please do not pick me up. I do not like now is not the time. It just got quiet.
I feel like this happening close enough to Rory that he would turn his attention for a moment. It's like, Wrestler, I already fell a dragon in the past. Don't force me to get my order people to bring me my sword.
I have also filled dragon in past.
Yeah, but you are a dragon. That's not much of an achievement for you.
I don't
King
know.
Theo,
You're
King
not wearing
Theo's
his
like-
body.
King Theo's like, I'm gonna step over here. Yeah, I feel safer here.
Regardless, Eralzir, I have to conduct this wedding. But but you
Resler's
better,
not causing problems.
yeah, but right now you're looking like a Ferris wheel. You might want to tone it down a little bit.
Is that challenge for Resler to do cartwheel?
It is
No.
absolutely not.
No cartwheel.
No.
Question, does Grivari currently have command prepared?
Does he?
Does he?
I don't think so, but I know he has access to it.
You are an immortal now. Sure, why not?
Nah, he's not
Just
gonna.
because I'll be funny.
Ooh, not Liliana,
hold
but
on.
definitely
I think
Larissa
there's a
has
way I can
that
help Tasha
prepared.
get them.
The thing is, command is just one word command, so it's not gonna be anything very specific. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm just trying to figure out the right word for that though. Fuck it.
Behave?
Yeah, I was about to say that, but then that's subjective.
Hmm.
Resler is
Fair.
behaving right now. He's being merry at a wedding.
He
Fair,
is.
Yeah. Which is why
He's not
it behaves
destroying
so.
anything. You know.
You know what? Nah. Rory will just let it go.
I think
Don't force me to use magic that I don't need to, is all I'm asking. And then he would turn back to the queen and the king and his soon to be betrothed.
I think I have a way I can help Akasha get down if Horace Lear is not gonna drop her. I
Well, she can always try and jump. I'm not stopping that.
She's in a very expensive dress. She's not jumping.
Anyone got Featherfall?
We're talking about a 15-foot fall also.
Yeah.
Featherfall should help a bit up to a certain point.
If I have a minute to cast a damn thing, Magic Circle can teleport her somewhere else, but then it's probably a far way away, or even just in the front yard, probably.
Can I? Well, am I within range to cast telekinesis on Akasha to help her get down?
What are you doing?
It's back.
Like this.
Weird. Yep.
We're here.
Are we all back?
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, proceed, carry on. Yeah, you guys were doing great.
Am I within range to cast telekinesis on Akasha to help her get down?
Yeah, of course. You are very near.
Alright.
Where you, yeah.
Alright. Hold on, Akasha, I'll get you down.
Hold up. This piece.
It's what?
If the object is worn or carried by a creature, you must make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested
I'm
by the
not an
creature's
object.
strength check.
I'm not an object.
Well, a spell, I think, specifies moving
Thing is,
objects.
telekinesis it only affects
I'm
objects
using
usually.
it on Akasha. Akasha's not an object.
Oh, creature or object. You can exert your will on one creature that can stay within range. Effect below.
So do I need to do it?
Yeah, you can try. You
Is
can
it
try.
going to be contested, King?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, rules as written.
Oh,
yeah, it would be
hell
contested.
on.
I get charisma save?
29.
Okay.
Oh my.
Gosh.
I'm gonna inspiration that.
You have to get nat.
I'm helping Akasha get. God damn it!
Oh no.
No.
At this point, Hereslier is going to spread his wings, and he's going to leap over here.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I want you
Okay,
to know
as-
very.
Orma speak
dragon-
highly of you.
Okay. Before he flies there, I'll say Iris, Lucille, and Grevari. In fact, the Vampire King and Lady Silver, and Larissa, because you have experience with dragons. All 7 of you will know if this big boy flies over there, it's gonna create a mess.
Mhm.
Okay, at this very moment, command. Land.
What's the saving throw?
You are looking at a wisdom saving throw of a great grand total of 18. Wisdom.
Okay. I'll roll first and see what happens. Okay, Hereslier uses his once per day succeed saving throw to if I fail on his red dragon's mask, I fail a saving throw, I can choose to succeed instead.
I tried.
As dragon priestess, I'm going to ask that he also land.
You just asking or you casting?
I'm asking as a dragon priestess who has sway over dragons to an extent.
You have
To
3
be
over.
persuasion with advantage.
Can I use my dragon priestess feat?
Yes. Remind me what it does.
I just see it on my chart that I can click it.
Okay. Oh, that one. Okay. Hereslia, make wisdom power save if you want to resist the persuasion. For some reason, this girl is very persuasive. You're like,
And just for clarity's sake, at this very moment, Grivari doesn't regard the wrestler as an ally, so he doesn't benefit from his aura.
Yeah. Damn, that's fucked up. Either way, it doesn't matter.
He literally tried to use the command spell on your ass.
Well, no, I said it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have had enough anyways.
Yeah, I know.
It wouldn't have. Your save
Yeah,
bonus
I know.
wouldn't even helped me.
I know. But I was just saying that in case it would have.
But Borma speaks highly of the Cinder.
Please don't make a mess, Mr. Dragon.
I do not understand what would make mess.
Eraslir, wing, big wing, lot of wind.
Gush, whoosh, spsh.
Ah, So I walk over there is fine then.
Larissa's gonna cast Gus as a cantrip to blow some air in his face to try and get the message across.
Would this not also blow air on Akasha's dress? Upwards.
Ooh. Hopefully
Marceline
not.
If that's the case, Marceline's looking away.
And as
How
is very-
close is she to your face, though? She's on your head, not on your face.
She's hung down in front of my eyes, she said.
Oh no, then yes, it would hit her.
Though I suppose it depends. Is she hanging front forwards or she's hanging like...
I pictured it as her head is towards her
how's
snout.
Akasha hanging?
Yeah, she was
Like-
like hanging her head down to like
Okay,
so
then-
he could see her.
It'd probably be okay. Guess that's up to King.
And at this very moment,
It's
Glory
just a
would-
gentle
yeah,
gust. It's not to do anything. It's just more
Yeah.
of a
of
when you
get the
blow in
message
like a
across.
dog's face to discourage it. Like
And at this point, Glory would turn back to the Vampire King and Queen and his love. It's like, my apologies. That dragon is a handful. Somebody has to do something.
And the Vampire King just gives a
You
he just
aren't
gives a
saying...
smile. He has no complaints. This dragon helped to kill someone he really despises.
Grivar, you are not complaining when I was being beaten up by Tarask.
Yes.
Would you have preferred to take in my place?
All I'm saying
I
is...
did not think.
All I'm saying, Eraslir, where do you see a Tarask here?
Whereas Lear is going to suddenly freeze and slowly stare off into the distance. And I'm going to make a performance check. And let's see, what do I got in here? Yeah, we'll do performance check. I have advantage on performance checks. Oh, that's a 21. That's a 21.
Wow, look at that roll.
The freeze and slow turn.
Nice try,
How does
question
the
is-
fire respond?
Nice try, Eraslir. A Tarask would have shaken the hurt by now.
Oh, he doesn't have to make a contested check. I see.
Thing is, I'm guessing that we just faced one. He would know if there was one in the vicinity. But yeah, if you want me to roll a check, sure.
No, not for this. No, Trevor does not need to roll contested for this.
But good acting. I know a bard that might need some lesson from you.
What do you think, Silver? Agasius turns to Lady Silver.
She looks
You
at
think
you.
I should set this one down?
She looks at you. She kind of understands you, like, you know, she has the face of, you should do what you want. You killed Athena. And then after that, she's like, but it is a wedding. So be
Athena, I do.
nice.
Sorry. Silver, I do one contract free of charge for you if you agree with me.
Oof. Very tempting. Very, very tempting. And then the Vampire King is like, he don't mind. And then Queen Landrel hits him on the chest, like, hey.
Marceline and Tonic just gonna look at her right players like,
It's very obvious to all of you, like, the six really don't like Athena.
Akasha's gonna stand up on Hereslier's head and just like shout, "Someone get me down!"
Marceline is going to sigh, open a door to her house, quickly grab her broom, and like have it like have the broom like go over to Akasha for her to grab onto and give it to her.
It's like the
And then immediately
Axio!
go back as her-
And then the broom arrives.
Yes.
Fuck,
she's
that's
gonna
right.
Get the broom.
I forgot that Gloria had this fucking griffin on premise. Fuck.
Akasha, you get on the broom and you are free from
She's
the
gonna
evil
get on
dragon.
the broom
You are
and go.
saved by Marceline.
Thank you, Marceline. And she's gonna just
Welcome.
move
Alright,
around.
can you give me the broom back so I can put it back?
Yeah, she's gonna land over there and then send the broom back to Marceline.
Alright, thank you. And then she's gonna put the broom back and close the door.
Nice. We will move over to Sarin, Acacius, and Ilara. What's happening over here? Sarin, Ilara, you all, Acacius, you all get up close. You see these four talking to each other. They notice the three of you coming. Arthur remembers Sarin and Ilara, and he's like, Sarin, Ilara, my friends! How are you?
Well met again. Been a little while, but it seems everywhere where there's good company to be had, we can always find you.
Quite a welcoming sight to see a friend.
I won't lie, it is a nice change of pace.
Well, technically, there's something that happened that is not quite new, but that sheds some clarity. I now know exactly where I come from.
And let me tell you,
He looks at Merlin, he looks back at you and Ilara. Well, what did you learn?
Sarin will look at Elara with somewhat of a worried look on his face and just look back at those two.
what would I roll to see if they are trustworthy with this knowledge?
Well, we know they want Aztec. Was it Aztec or one as general that they wanted to zone?
It would be insight if you
Okay.
really want to. Yeah.
Let's see. 15.
I think Acacius is gonna be. Acacius doesn't know these guys, but can he try and make a check to get a feel of them? Because he kind of gets the feeling this is information that Saren shouldn't just give out.
Which is why he yelled back and looked at Elara before going in
with
forward.
you can roll a history check for Changa, Arthur, and Merlin.
All right, dirty 20.
Nice. You know that this girl so you were standing over here next to her earlier, right?
Mhm.
When you're this close to her, she does not feel like a human. It feels like you're standing next to her earlier. Feels like you're standing next to a dragon.
Ah.
Or it could be just Cinder's aura is so powerful that you can feel it all the way from where you are standing. With your history check, the way she is dressed and the fact that she's here, she is either a noble from either the Suinoryu or the Dosian, or she's a dragon. And with your history of 20, the fact that you know his name as Arthur, you know that he is one of the chosen by the god Astria, Lady Astria, goddess of wisdom.
I see. Acacius is gonna kind of, well, I guess he'll make an insight check on them. Is that acceptable now?
Yeah.
Alright. Nat 20.
Nice. When you look at them, I mean,
Wait, did I
Cinder.
roll on the right person? Hold up.
Oh, you rolled on her.
I
So
actually
never
have
mind,
a
it's
plus.
fine.
I have a +9 on Acacius.
Oh, yeah,
Regardless.
So it's just
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
just,
So it would
we'll
have
just
been
use the
29
roll.
instead, but
We'll just use the roll. So Acacius, you see Cinder being extremely comfortable speaking with all three of them. Like he's not on edge. He is not in warrior mode. He is like speaking to them like they are good friends. And that's basis enough to know that if Cinder trusts them, that's good enough for you.
And Acacius will kind of step forward and put a hand on Saren's shoulder and kind of give him a nod.
Even with that, you will look back at Arthur. Well, I'm afraid it is
I
not
don't know.
exactly the best of news. I don't know some of the
What do
plan.
I get with my? Oh, sorry, Dana. What do I get with my 15?
With your 15, he seems like just a really young kid who is just like naturally likable. Not doesn't really have any like sinister. You don't feel like he's shady or yeah.
But yeah, as
I just want
Acacius
to make
put
sure
this
he ain't gonna turn on us. That breaks my heart.
in. Yeah. Well, at this point, Sarin, after the hands placed and the nod given, well, I'm afraid it is not exactly the best of news that I could have hoped for. The plan is still in motion to take care of the issue we established at the masquerade. However, there is one more step to be taken before we pass into action. The name might not be the best to utter out in public right at this very moment, especially not at this occasion.
Wait, so you know who? So you found out your lineage?
Yeah, and at this point, Saren would move a bit of his clothes just to expose the burn mark a little bit, and then
So
it costed me a little bit of pain too finding it out, but at least now I know.
ah, he looks at your burn marks and he seems to be learning something from your burn mark, and then his eyes expand. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I do not want to say that word out loud, not here, not today. But step one now, for me, is make sure I don't take dear old dad's place.
Ah. Oh. Well, problem for another day. Well, on the bright side, I heard that two dragons uh beat the crap out of Astak and Jahil.
Yeah, when I went and insulted him when we learned that from Estafarios, he didn't seem to react at all. So I guess he was too beaten up to actually answer me. Now that I think about it, it might not have been the brightest idea after he burnt me for literally just telling him that his word was worthless.
They're not known for their love for their children.
Well, on the bright side, it should be easy enough to get to his place now, if we ever need a catalyst or something.
On the other hand, I pulled out the sword from a stone, and then he pulls out a sword, shows it. Very, very simple, humble-looking long sword.
Can I make a history check on this?
Can I too?
Yes. Yes. Both of you get advantage.
Okay.
That is okay, hang on. Oh yeah, okay, 19.
While they roll, Soren would just look at the blade, not really interested in it. It's like, well, at least it's not rusted.
18.
All right, with the 19 and the 24, you both look at the sword, and so Acacius, you do know that Lady Astrea had like a shrine where in one of the shrines was a sword in a stone, and it was like very ritualistic. Like, you know, people will just like try to pull the sword, and then they would give honor to Lady Astria, goddess of wisdom. But she had like many shrines, but there was just one shrine. You can't exactly remember where, recall, but she had a sword, and it was just a regular long sword plunged into the stone. And he's saying right now he just casually pulled out a sword from a stone, and he is Astria's chosen. Might not be a far fetched to put two and two together. That's probably the sword he pulled out. Ilara, because you rolled a 24, you do know that that stone, that shrine. You of course know all the information I told Acacius, but the shrine that was. Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw a message from a player.
Yeah, that was supposed to be an 18 also. It combined both of the rolls in one on that roll.
Oh, it's 18.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, then you just know all the information that Acacius knows.
Darn, can you still tell us though? Because I'm actually like really interested. You have me here.
Do you have guidance?
I have guidance. I'll guidance myself.
I know.
Did I lucky myself on that?
I know Gvari for a fact as it. The Siren, I don't think so.
Oh, I didn't roll it. Hold on, my bad. The 2,
Can I
so I have
lucky
a
that?
21 instead.
Yes, you can attempt a lucky.
All right,
Reroll with advantage. Yes.
beautiful. We're gonna retry that. Let's see. Let's see.
With my guidance, I got a 21 instead. That change
Alright.
Alright, that
anything?
was a lot lower. That was a
Oh,
12.
no. Yep. Okay. So Ilara just knows the information that I previously
Very
mentioned. With the +2, Acacius, you do know. You actually know the location of where the sword was. Where is it? Where is it?
In verse 3 or something.
Oh, there we go.
Dragonlord Keep.
The sword was here.
I was right!
Basically, it was a time after the Legendary Six defeated the Mother Soul Weaver 30 years ago. A lot of places needed proper rulers, and Astria was given dominion over the whole continent of Regalia. And she put a test. That was her test. She put the sword there. And Arthur was able to pull it out.
Very impressive, Sir Arthur. We actually, as well, recently claimed ourselves a sword. And Acacius, do I have the sword, or is it not acceptable to have it at a wedding?
As if Alara would not be armed.
Siren
I'm guessing
technically.
because I mean he pulled out, he had a sword, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's acceptable then.
Well,
So Acacius will kind of.
he is also a prince.
It's more like, yeah, they carry it like
Ceremonial
they
kind
carry
of
it
deal.
more like like a decoration.
Like an officer's
yeah.
sword in the Navy or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Acacius will kind of slightly show up the silt, and he's gonna question the blade. Are you fine with showing yourself now? I know Lord Santana is not here. And he'll kind of slightly draw the sword from its sheath and then put it back in. We rescued Lady Ainwa's sword. We intend to bring it to Lord Santana, but that will be a ways from now.
Congratulations, my friend. Quite a task.
Thank you.
You're both
He
of
looks
you,
at-
yeah. At this point, Siren would just bow. It's like, here you both are armed, and I left my blade behind. Although, mind you, wouldn't be a hard thing for me to call it back to myself.
Alar's gonna
Arthur
turn
looks.
to him. Alar's gonna
I-
turn
Arthur
to
looks at
Why
Sarin.
not off?
I suppose I have not introduced myself. I am. My name is Acacius Shawson. I am the 10th Drake Order. Sorry, 10th Drake Warden of the Holy Order of Unum. By his right. And he's gonna kind of look up at Lord Cinder. It's an honor to meet you once again, Lord Cinder.
Oh, you want to move your token nearer?
Hmm?
Do you want to move your token nearer to Cinder?
I can, yeah, I guess. I wasn't sure if I would need to, or if this is just kind of close enough to be part of the conversation.
It is your first meeting. Would you imagine you want to be nearer rather than just a simple
Yeah,
standing
I mean,
across? Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, he'll. Well, it's approaching as God. That's not exactly something you just casually do, King.
Actually, I had something else in mind, because I was not sure if Acacius would approach Cinder, which which I guess was speeding it up.
Yeah, unless
Dimitri
Cinder beckons
is
him to stand closer, he's not gonna. It may not feel appropriate.
Dimitri is right behind Acacius. Puts his hand on Acacia's shoulder. Shall we go say hi to the dragon god?
Hang on, clarification. Does he mean Cinder or does he mean Archon?
Oh, sorry, the dragon knight.
Okay. I was like, wait, huh? Acacius would just kind of, yes, that would be. I would enjoy that.
He brings you over to this side. Yeah, this side makes sense. He brings you over to this side and he says, Lord Cinder, I am glad you are well. I can see you have recovered. I wanted to introduce you to one of Larissa's companions, Acacius, a devout follower of your ways and your teachings. And then Cinder turns to you. It's like this All Might Deku moment. I don't know if you've seen My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like that.
Okay.
As Cinder turns to you, Acacius, and he looks at you for a moment, and then he smiles. You're not comfortable in that, are you?
Well, no, my lord. Not particularly. But it's not the worst in the world. I am glad to see you well, especially after Cold Harbor. Though, I knew it was only a matter of time till you would be back.
He looks at you. At this point, Dimitri walks away. He has done his job. Cinder looks at you. I had help. And he smiles.
I have heard. Acacius kind of glances off towards the party that, including the dragon, that had said he was tasty. My lord, I have a matter I wish to ask you on.
I am listening.
Long ago, when I first came to Nerman, I believe you and I met. You saved my life.
I remember everyone.
I want to know what that day was like from your perspective. From my perspective, 1 second I was in the Shadowfell. The next, I was climbing out of that hole. But apparently, I was missing for a very, very long time. And I'm curious if perhaps you might have noticed something or sensed something.
I was doing my patrol, as I always do by myself into the Shadowfell, just to make sure there are no rifts, no leaks of Salabana's abominations creeping into Nirman. And then at the edge of the border, I saw you crawl out of the white sand. You were vulnerable to two of the abominations that were floating in the area. And so I grabbed you and brought you to Nirman.
But why do I remember it so differently? I remember crawling and climbing my way out of the Underdark. And then you grabbing my hand just before I got dragged into the darkness. How can your memory be so different?
He looks a bit like forlorn. I am sorry, Acacius. But the Shadowfell is not the unique haven for your species it once was a long time ago. Now it is a land that is poisoned.
I've heard such things. If possible, there is one other matter that I would like to ask you after this whole
Yes.
thing. Perhaps behind a closed door.
I will remain until the ceremony is over.
Gacius will kind of nod, and I guess kind of focuses attention towards, I guess, the rest of the conversation of what was going on. I appreciate it, my lord, and I am joyous to see your radiance once again.
Cinder smiles. And then behind you, you see this white-haired vampire comes up behind you, wraps his arm around you. My friend, why the long face? Have something to drink. And then he shoves a glass of wine into your hand. This man is clearly drunk.
Acacius
Drunk as hell.
Acacius is going to kind of exchange a glance with Cinder, kind of looking. Is it acceptable for him to partake?
It is a happy occasion. And then he gestures to proceed.
And Acacius will down it in one go.
Oh my gosh, con save. Advantage.
Oh no.
All I'm saying is Acacia's a better man than Saren because Saren would have said, no, Leon Ans, cure that fucking intoxication.
You said with advantage?
Yes.
Okay, so I get a 19 as my best one.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're like, you feel that whoosh, like, because you down it in one gulp. You're like, oh, but you're fine. And then
Uh,
Yuri just keeps going on. Drinks are on me! And then everybody, like, the younger
anyone-
people are all like clapping. You know, Yuri's friends are all like clapping for him, like, yeah. But he is so drunk,
You know, so
and he's just stumbling. Club, 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 club.
Siren will turn to Alara. Please tell me you don't have somebody in your family that is like that.
that would be me, honey.
Well, good thing we can scoot away at any point after the Arsa run is over. Oops, did I
was
say
gonna
that
get
out
a
loud?
drink.
Anyways, Sir Arthur and Merlin, glad to see you all again. By all means, please, for the love of the gods above, keep that information to yourselves. I wouldn't want to attract more unwanted attention than I already did.
Arthur thinks for a moment. If you're his son, that must mean you have 3 other siblings, right?
That is sadly the understanding I had of it, because I did get taken down and, well, the horse I'm riding right now that I put in the stable right by that griffin somehow, some way. I don't know why a griffin would be in the horse stable, but whatever, that's beside the point. Yeah, there was another horse waiting for me there when I, well, forcefully, unwillingly widowed Elara here for a minute.
Acacius will
Well.
chuckle at that. After all I went through to bestow a wedding blessing upon you two as well. No more than what?
Wait,
2 days earlier.
is Kale nearby?
Oh no.
He's near.
No, he's a
Oh,
little
no,
bit far.
he is.
He's quite in the conversation with Alfia.
Okay, because I was like, he
Oh,
doesn't
fuck,
have
that's right.
Siren tech.
Yes, the opportunity, right? Kale hears that, like, yes, I'm taking Ilara. Bye, bitches. Dips.
A new
He'd
fight
be like,
erupts
"You
in the middle of the
did it."
wedding.
Yourself.
But yeah, anyways, he would have sped through that section of widowing her unintentionally. Say like that string of words glued together, no space, no comma, nothing. And then it's just like, yeah, and then this fiery horse showed up, and yeah, come to learn that if I try to summon Saber, I have the option to summon it instead. I don't know, but to me it feels like I should probably try to find a way to revert the effect that turned it into a hell horse to begin with, but I'm not even sure if that's even possible, but priority right now is making sure I don't get stuck in those hellish plains when their old dad finally kicks the bucket, whether it be by my blade or someone else.
Arthur looks at you. Well, since it's your siblings we're talking about here, Merlin and I found 2 of them. Another 2 of them already. Well, at least we know where 2 of the others are. One is a girl named Arya. She's traveling with a small party. They have an adamantine dragonborn.
Adamantine
think if you
dragonborn,
find-
say. That's not
Mhm.
something I hear quite often. Those are pretty rare, aren't they?
Unbelievably rare. Never even thought it would be possible.
I thought there was only one adamantine dragon.
Dragonborn, Acacius, Dragonborn.
Yes, but if there's only one adamantine dragon, I would be shocked if there were too many adamantine dragonborn.
Fair point.
Mm-hmm. And then the other one is a girl, another woman, Brasika. She's in the Underdark.
Oh, wait a minute. Saren will think a few moments. I wonder. The Masquerade Archer. Did you not notice that there was another tiefling that was at the time traveling with us? A blue one, pretty tall.
Yes, I remember him, yes.
I'm not saying that we might share blood, but maybe if you have time and resource to invest in that, maybe try to figure out if that's the fort.
I will contact him and find out.
For people
Oh,
that aren't
Lord.
aware, I'm referencing to Knight right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
lord, I've heard stories of your grandiose return with the encounter with the other party that rescued your sword. Tell me, what happened to that Astok?
At this very moment, you would see Saren make an motion as the name of his dad exit your mouth, just like shut and lower your volume, god damn it, kind of motion.
Laura-
He did,
Laura
well,
looks
I would say
ready to
his
fucking
question isn't necessarily one that would direct to your father. That's a pretty fair question. What happened to some random demon?
Fair, but given the context of the conversation that has been happening, Saren would still do that.
Uh-oh, Iris is rapidly approaching.
Mm-hmm. Cinder will tell you that. Well, after the gut was slain, the last thing he saw was Astak had broken ribs and broken fingers from Archaeon.
I see. It certainly sounds like he won't be having much fun for the near future.
I am sure he has already regenerated.
Ah, yes, the unfortunate part about greater demons.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, one
So-
of the abilities of them that I don't share.
Iris, you approach. Iris, you want to say anything?
Oh, she's just coming to check on Lord Cinder, see how he's doing.
He looks like a little bit like scratched up. It's clear that he's still recovering from spending nearly 2 months in the abyss.
You gotta find something to buff those out, right? Like, there's not like a polish or something you could use.
He looks at you with the. That's not how it works, Iris.
She's just trying to lighten the mood. She doesn't care how anything is right now. It's
Yeah, I know.
celebration.
Yeah, he
I-
chuckles as well. But well, I
I-
suppose I could ask Dralnas to give me a molten lava bath. Maybe that'll help.
Well, maybe start with Offspring Lord Cinder. That might be a better first step, maybe.
Sorry, what?
Maybe just Offspring might be better than a lava bat from the get-go.
Hot spring. When I was human, it was delightful. Now it feels like cold water.
Ah, I see. That must come with the old Dragon Knight title then.
Case
Like,
just kind of chuckles. I wonder. And he kind of looks over at Horeslier. I wonder if his heat would be enough to give you a nice, a warm feeling.
If he doesn't
As
try to eat him,
Horeslier is changing colors rapidly.
Iris, you were saying something?
oh, if I said if he doesn't try to eat him, maybe.
by the way, Lord Cinder, Merlin, Arthur, any of you ever saw a dragon pass through the rainbow of colors? Because I can't
They
say
all-
that I've heard of it.
They all think to themselves, well, there was one dragon in history, but that dragon's long dead.
I don't know if you guys heard that sound.
Yes,
That
we
was
did.
my dog. That was my dog. He is currently dreaming. My apologies.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Does anybody else want to talk to anybody else before we go to the bride's entrance?
I think I just would pass along the same message I did to Althea to Lady Silver and ask for any tips and tricks before she tries to go to the Underdark.
Lady Silver will tell you that if you're going to the Underdark, trust no one.
Understood. Any way of mental fortitude that you would recommend for us? It sounded like my brother didn't even recognize who I was.
It's not so much the mental fortitude, it's her consistency that is the problem. She wears you out over time.
Then I hope my physical presence will disperse whatever thing that is going on. They've been
Larissa,
missing-
you. Larissa, you can feel Lady Silver's disdain for Lilithraxis. You can feel it.
Is there anything you would recommend we watch out for, or anyone in particular we should avoid in the Underdark besides Lilith Taraxis herself?
Steer clear of House Bindar.
Please spell that out.
Huh.
Thank you.
House Bindar. You can also find more information about them in the Drow House.
Correct.
Yep, in the sub-silver Drow houses. House Bindar. That's... There are a lot of factions in the Underdark. There are the Three Kin. There is remnants of Mind Flayer colonies. There are of course the Drow. There are Drugas, Duergas, and there are gnomes. The gnomes are a bit more helpful and much more honest people. It's a whole new world, like the Fae.
I'm not sure I want to know a lot about this new world down there. No offense.
She smiles. I suppose after this wedding, you'll be going after your brother, yes?
Unfortunately, I will only be able to go after him once we ascend Lord Synthana, who is Lord Altarian in this life.
I am aware.
How is Lady Vera or Lord Vera Tempest handling the disappearance of their offspring, who accompanies my brother?
Not well. Not well at all. He wants to wage war on the Underdark, and we're barely holding him back.
I will be sure to enact on their behalf and get both of our family members back.
As you say that, she smiles, and then the MC announces with thaumaturgy a just a very grand announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. Please, everybody, take your seats. This is a free sitting arrangement.
From Grari, well, that's my cue to take position. You go and take a nice seat, on.
And then Logan, of course, makes his way all the way up to stand here. You all see this very heavily armored figure with candles burning on his back. He seems to be carrying a book. His armor is very bulky, the bulkiest armor you have ever seen.
Is that from Warhammer?
Yeah, I think so.
Lucille.
When Siren sees that, he says, "Oh, he's even more armored than Acacius and Lord Commander Gravari over there."
Lucille should be standing here.
Oh, okay, hold on.
All things considered, I don't actually have that much armor.
Lorcan, come to me.
That's why I said usually wear, but yeah.
No, I mean like my AC naturally is I think the lowest of the party.
I meant pieces of armor.
Okay, I'm gonna make life easier, and I'm just gonna move folks like this and like this, so I don't spend like 10 hours trying to move every single token. Okay. All right. If you all look all the way down, the music starts to play as all of you are told to arise for the entrance of the bride. It is a gentle, loving tone that plays as Larissa, well, in this case, Liliana, you have control of yourself and your two daughters, who are your flower girls.
Woohoo.
Aww.
I think Victoria would lead. Anastasia at my side.
Oh yeah, those of you with high passive perceptions can tell. Logan's about to cry. He getting to live the dream all over again.
I'm gonna guess Grari, even with not that I have a passive perception, would see it because he's right fucking there, but...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's Cabal standing there all creepy and cranky.
The glare of intruding on her space.
I'll move him aside. You see Skull and Hati all standing up. They're all excited, their tails are wagging.
Where is our son?
Alright, this supposed to be up here too. It could have been right there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't
then,
Liliana
and
also
then,
have a stone somewhere in the
Right
midst?
here.
Skull comes over here and starts growling at Yuri, and Yuri's like, "Oh right, shit,"
He's
and then
drunk.
quickly stumbles all the way here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She's
he
giving
drunk.
him a bit of a pinch on the cheek, but she's giving it a bit harder than she usually would.
At this point, Rory looks at Yuri and I should have laid on hands on him. In his own mind.
Victoria hits him with the greater restoration. His drunkenness dissipates.
And under his breath, Rory. Yeah, that works too.
Liliana has a bit of a facepalm moment. She has her hand on top of her head, shaking her head, wondering how did Yuri get so drunk and who let him near the drinks so early.
Logan just reaches forward, takes your hand, and pulls you here, closer to him. As Gravari, the music changes. As Liliana is holding Logan's hand in front of the altar, awaiting you. Yuri has both rings with him.
Okay. Let's get this shit started. You would see Rory clear his throat, starting himself up a bit, looking down at the book that's in front of him, opened on that stone tablet that serves as at the altar, and just look down, then look back at the people assembled. Well, been a while since this old half-orc had the duty to... No, not duty. This one is an honor to marry two people. But I tell you what, and you would see him to take the covers of that big book and just close it. Whatever's written in those pages, that doesn't really matter. What really matters is the people assembled here to celebrate and honor the love that those two people, yes, they may be ascended vampire, but they are still people that loved one another for decades at this point. Now, they probably loved each other for longer than they knew. They just didn't meet soon enough to love one another their whole life. The tragedy that happened earlier last week, that whole situation, maybe it could have been avoided. But when Logan and Liliana loved each other very, very much, there was no way in hell that either of them would have let the others go in there, deal with this alone, because their love is strong enough to make sure that they have each other's back no matter what. However, usually people write a single story that have a single volume, and after it is over with, the covers are closed, never to be reopened again. Logan, over here, has another chance. He can now create a new chapter, not to say a whole new book, in his life. In his life with Liliana, with their children, with the people around here that they consider friend and family. Because yes, there are many people here that might not be blood related to both of them, but take it from this old warrior of an half-orc. Whenever someone is ready to shed their blood, their tear and their sweat to make sure you get out of a jam, no matter their cost to themselves, that's not a friend, that's a family. But although all of those things are true, let me tell you, Logan and Liliana, this story of yours better not become a trilogy. Trilogy are all nice and good in the library, but for a life, that will come with heavy consequences that, although your love is strong and your commitment even stronger, having a third volume written of your common life may put strain on you unforeseen by anyone here. The gods assisted us and are always watching us and whenever they can, giving us a helping hand. Although we need to honor them and render them praise for their work. The main thing that is important in the union here is what each and every single one of both of you put into it. Just looking at what of who's assembled here, of to your actual family that you built together, to this manor that both of you live in and maintained. If your wedding, your union, is anything like this manor in this courtyard, you have years, a decade, given your now status, probably centuries, left to live and live happily. Under this clear sky today, with the authority that's imbued in me, it is with great joy that I ask both of you if you have vows to now pronounce them. If not, we can move forward with the rest of the ceremony.
Logan does not. He will follow. He will follow what the Grivari issues.
I think Liliana will want it to be married sooner rather than later.
Okay, so Grivari will look at both of them. Well, I think the response there is very clear, folks. Those who are so much in love that they don't need the long sermon that book that I just closed contained. Because who cares about written words right there? The story that's important is the one that's been written right now, right in front of me. Yuri, if you would, bring the rings.
He hands the ring, one to his mom and the other to his dad.
If you would care to repeat after me. As you... And I'll make this simple for both of you. You can both put the ring on your partner's finger at the same time as you say those words. I, insert your name here, promise to
Liliana.
Yeah, there we go. Promise to maintain my engagement and duty to you. You can just say you repeat. I don't care for you.
I repeat. Thank you. I was like, oh, I missed like the first 2 words of that.
I repeat.
Yeah. And to make sure that I will keep on loving you until
I
the
repeat.
okay, until the very day I shall stop living.
What he said.
Okay. And then at this point, you would look at both of them. Well, this is no news to either of you, but you may kiss the bride. I pronounce you husband and wife once more.
Yay!
He immediately attacks his wife with love, giving her the deepest kiss, full pulling the face in, everything. not aggressively, of course. He knows she is very tough vampire, but he's still gentle. Um,
I'm
and then everybody claps.
and I'm sorry to do this to you again, King, but after that's done, I would get in front of the altar, look in the crowd, and kneel. Looking straight at one specific person.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Hareslier is going to let out a mighty roar, and he's gonna swap blue and shoot a bunch of lightning into the air with his breath, and then swap white
Nice.
and shoot a bunch of cold into the air, starting it to snow. And I'm not necessarily making a performance check, but I wonder what percentage of the people are going to be distracted by this while
A shit ton.
while Gravari is doing his thing.
A shit
You
fucking
gotta
ton.
honed in on Grivaria. What are you doing at my wedding?
Yep, Iris is giving a look. I am sworn by maid of honor duties to cause harm to those who would take attention away from the bride. Don't make me hurt you.
Well, now hold up,
Logan, what's
Hareslier
he doing?
totally just made attention away from the bride.
Well, yes, but you've kept
But
him.
he's kneeling. That shows he may be up to something else.
Oh.
It feels
Hareslier, your
like it's
lightning
not
and your
surprise.
snowstorm goes off as people think it's part of the show, the whole show, and everybody's like, woo, clapping for not Gravari, clapping for
Liliana
Logan
and
and
Logan.
Liliana. Oh my god.
I will say, technically, this is not actually linked to Gravari. I was just planning to do this anyways, and figured,
Oh, okay.
I should probably say this before he does this, because
Okay.
timeline-wise, it would make more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
he's not directly doing this to cut off Gravari. It's just
Yeah.
You're
we
good.
understand.
You're good. Even
I
if you were gonna
imagine-
cut him.
I imagine, like, at this point, like,
he's
Iris,
probably not
like,
even. He probably doesn't even realize what Gravari is doing. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm very sure, like, at this point, like, Iris, like, seeing as everybody is distracted, she takes the opportunity to charge and jump on Grivari and jump behind the altar.
Yep.
Or just
Gravari,
not realize
you
they
gotta
had
do
that kind of relationship.
You'll just see a
He's
small
within
purple hand
he's
flipping
within
him
earshot
together.
of Hercules, the Vampire King, Lady Silver.
As Logan and Liliana. Logan takes her hand, and of course, they do the ceremonial walk away. Oops.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Nope. That was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, it
the-
grew along real quick there. He didn't even make it to the bedroom.
Oh my god. But yeah,
away,
Logan and
children.
Liliana walk through. Everybody is throwing all the petals on them, mixed with the snow and the lightning. It makes for an amazing fireworks display. Cabal still cranky as ever, like,
Akasha's gonna turn back from her place in her seat and see Cabal, and she'll just like smile and point to her face, like, "Come on, smile! You're at a wedding."
He smiles, and it looks like the most evil thing you've ever seen. The moment he smiles, his face is not built for smiling.
She just shakes her head, but at least he did what she asked. She takes it as a win.
As Logan and Liliana walk all the way to the end, they walk back, and with that, all the people start to surround the couple. It is a very, very joyous occasion. Everybody is woo, and the children are just staring. Victoria, Anastasia, and Yuri are just so blessed to be able to actually get to see their parents getting married. Sure, the circumstances of how it happened was absolutely horrible, but for the valiant efforts of Probably their second most favorite person in the world. Iris.
I see
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
wrestler is
Currently
doing.
probably punching Gravari. Don't do that for somebody else's wedding. We don't do that. You take no. Have some class. Smack.
At this point, Glory will just look at Iris like, yeah, have some class. Says the woman that tackles the guy that literally just married them.
Yes, because it looks like you're about to propose at another woman's wedding. This is not. No, we don't do that. You're not getting a free engagement party out of this one, Bucko. It's okay, champ. There's another time for this.
Eh.
You're gonna be okay.
Iris, I'll tell you this just once. I didn't say a single word. I was gonna wait until they were gone
I
before
saw
opening my
you
big
looking.
mouth. Yes, looking doesn't just to know where she was. Not because I was
Okay.
about to speak before it was time.
It's hard to tell with you, men. You don't go to these things often. Don't know if you know wedding etiquette or not.
Yeah, let's just say I didn't go to many that were, how to say this, traditional.
Well, I'm just saying, if you saw Liliana's face like I saw Liliana's face, you're gonna be glad I'm the one that tackled you back here.
Fair enough. Anyways,
Cool.
I'll just wait until everybody clears out and sit then.
Yeah,
Chapter 1.
right. Yeah, I'm
May
gonna
I
go
have
find my
nibble?
How will Acacius react?
He's just gonna kind of be stunned by this. Lord Cinder, did he just? He's gonna kind of slowly turn and look up the dragon with kind of wide eyes.
Cinder turns around. Breslia, no. No. No, no, no. Go seek your dinner elsewhere.
He would not be worth dinner. I just wanted nibble. It has been a long time since tried Shadow.
Erasler, we still need him intact. Buzz off.
Cinder has to pull Acacius away from the dragon.
Akash is gonna stand in front and she's gonna attempt to swat Brazier's nose.
Erasler saddened by this.
Eraslia is
I
very,
don't
very
think
saddened.
It's
Larissa, while
Yeah.
you are standing there with Lorcan, you see this adorable little girl and Catherine. Do you or Marceline remember where you saw these two characters from?
No.
No.
This little girl comes up to you, all with a little flower, and gives it. I wanted to say thank you for saving me.
I'll receive it and say, why, thank you. It looks absolutely wonderful. I shall sniff the flower.
It is just a simple flower. I heard you were coming here. And then it clicks in Larissa's mind. These were two of the girls that were trapped in Molakbal's playroom,
Ah.
where
Oh.
Molakbal was castrated and dissolved by Ophiuchus's venom.
How have your recoveries been? Are you in a safer place? Or well rested?
Yes. This is like she's easily like maybe like 10 years old. And then she looks at this particular woman. I'm staying with my new mommy and my new daddy. And she points to this vampire.
Can she
that's so
insight that vampire? She has not seen him before.
Yeah, you can insight him. Wow, very nice roll. He gives you the vibes of a very gentlemanly, proper man. He's dressed up like a gentleman, good beard, well trimmed facial hair, well trimmed hair, someone who clearly takes care of himself. But he is definitely a vampire. He doesn't seem to be a special vampire like one from the main 9 houses.
Be sure to let me know, or my fiance, Lord Dimitri, know if you ever do need assistance at your new father's home.
I will. Thank you.
She's gonna stroke the top of her hair very gently and ask if they want to pet Lorcan, who will probably kneel down so he could be pet by them.
She does the mm-hmm.
King, I've got a question for you.
I have
Would-
answers.
Would Acacius know these two? Because a while back you had said that Acacius had been put in charge of escorting out women and
Oh, that's
novices. Or were
right.
these two taken out by the party specifically?
These two were two of the many people your unit took out, escorted out, because the party had to keep fighting them while
Mm.
these girls had to run out.
Well, I suppose Acacius will probably wander over to the two of them. Though the wedding's over, so he's gonna pop his mask out of his pocket
Yeah, easily you
and throw
can
it
do
on.
so. Easily can do so. Yeah.
Well, well, well. Look who it is. And how have the two of you been? He peers down up at the two of them.
She, for a moment, she looks at your mask. Doesn't quite recognize. And she, oh, it's you. I'm doing well. Thank you.
I see. That is good to hear. I am certainly surprised to see you here, but it is a good thing that you seem to be recovering well.
Yes. My husband told me that well, he got an invitation. He knew Logan, and apparently we heard that some of the party members that saved us from Molag was going to also be here. Wanted to say hi.
It's certainly interesting how small the world can be. I didn't even know this party until after Cold Harbor had ended. Now, I'm one of them. But regardless, I'm glad to see that you're all doing well. May his light continue to guide you. He'll kind of give a bow, and he'll wander back over towards Cinder and whatnot.
He gives a head nod to you, and she also gives a head nod to you.
Akasha will look at Acacius and like kind of shake her head. Like, it's a shame you put the mask back on. You clean up pretty nice. And then she will walk away.
Damn!
Yes,
Oh.
but my visage tends to scare children who have only heard stories of drow.
Yeah, she's already walked away. She just gave the compliment and dipped.
Damn! This girl got style.
Joshua, do you want to be my dad and stole us real quick?
I'm sorry,
Okay.
what?
Meat,
Oh,
not beef. I heard
thought you
beef.
said
I heard
beef.
beef. Yeah. For a moment, I was like, "Whoa, what?" And I'm like, no, wait, that doesn't sound right.
It's like Dad and Stolas. That's who I'm referring to. I'm aware I don't. I'm not good at enunciating sometimes.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Was it Casius or Akasha you were talking to?
Akasha.
Oh.
Acacius
I'm
is
fine.
welcome too.
Iris has to explain to Hercules about tackling another man.
I know. The scandal.
Grivari has
Seriously,
explaining to do to the wife.
But actually, Iris, when you return to Hercules just mutters, "That was a good tackle."
Oh, thank you. I learned from the best. And then she'll just like elbow him a little bit.
When you elbow him, he doesn't even feel it. It's like this guy's like just made of muscle, stone and muscle. He doesn't feel
And she
anything.
likes it very much.
Question: does Horazlir know this Lady Change?
Yes, he knows she is one of the dragon gods of the Dosian.
Ah. He probably looks at her and then...
not a god. Because in the Dosian and the Spinoryu, they are more like they don't really acknowledge the gods.
Essentially, same thing as Tiamat.
Don't confuse him. I don't think he knows that.
I know who Tiamat is.
Yeah, but technically Tiamat is not a goddess, but it's still considered
really powerful dragon. Yeah. Well, I mean, at a certain point of strength, you basically, you know, what is the difference between a god and something of incredible strength? You know.
Oh, you would love Awarin.
Fight this.
So Horazlir is kind of gonna see her and then kind of like kind of a reaction like a misbehaving puppy that's been spotted. Before kind of lowering down and kind of softly speaking to Cinder, Borma speak high praise of you.
She looks at you. Horazlir, congratulations on your ascension.
I don't remember ascending.
She's referencing you becoming an ancient tier dragon now.
Oh, yes. Ah. Thank you. I do not feel very different, though. Is that normal?
I didn't feel it as well when I ascended in rank by Father's blessing.
Horazlir nods. Horazlir hopes to make Borma proud.
I have not seen an astral dragon in so many years. What's it like?
He kind of cocks his head at the being called an astral dragon. Because Horazlir probably doesn't. Yeah, Horazlir is definitely going to cock his head at being called an astral dragon. Horazlir is copper dragon.
But you are more astral than copper.
Ah, do you mean this? And he changes colors. Changes types, I guess.
She smiles gently, nodding her head.
Borma gave me blessing to do this. I guess that makes astral.
I think Borma just made better what was already there.
So Borma trusts me then. He smiles. with just as evil of a looking smile as what's his name? Akasha's lord.
Cabal.
Yeah, Cabal, because dragons can't really look joyous
Yeah.
with a smile.